Hey Froggy friends, Kirostyle here. Welcome back to 999. In this video, we're going to go through the true ending of the game. It's actually the second half of the stream from the previous video on YouTube. I just had to split it into two because the stream does get pretty long. We're going to continue off from where we left off in the previous video. So if you haven't seen that, please go check it out. Otherwise, let's continue. Alright, let's get this thing open.
All right, this is the next...
Oh, the door!
Did that just close on its own?
Don't tell me we can't go back.
I don't know. Let's see. Damn it. It looks like it locks automatically.
Is there any other way out?
Well, there's another door over on the right. There's a card reader next to it. It's got a red light on it, though, so I'm pretty sure it's locked, too.
But there is a card reader, right?
Yeah.
Then perhaps if we find a key card, we could open the door and leave?
I have an idea, SpongeBob. Let's leave.
Well, yeah, that might work, but...
Hey! Wait a minute! Are you saying we're gonna have to search through this room for one little card?
Oh, man.
Well, you just searched an entire library, so...
Looks that way.
No way!
For real?
Well, we can sit down and wait to die, if that's what you prefer. I rather doubt that, however, so it would be wise to start looking. We haven't much time. Let's find that key card. Oh, and the Neptune key as well. We won't be able to get through the hallway without it. All right then, let's begin.
So, thinking about this, there were two number 9 doors. In the safe ending, we went through one of them, and we ended up right at the incinerator. So that must be in this, that must mean that Ace and Lotus went through the library and the study. And then in this case, it's the opposite. Santa, June, Ace, and Lotus went through the regular door, and then we went through the puzzle door. Also, I like the music in this area. It's like the last escape room in the game. There are piles of crap everywhere. Man, this place is a mess. It's so messy, I don't know where to start. Some of this crap looks familiar. I think a lot of these are parts of puzzles we've solved in other rooms. If that's true, then this room could be Zero's laboratory. Perhaps Zero would shut himself in his room to devise the machines and puzzle he'd need to see his plan come to fruition. It's just a pile of junk. There's nothing useful here. Well, I searched that really quickly. Hey Jinpei, isn't this a nautical table? Yeah, I feel like I've seen this before. Is this exactly the same as the one we found in the chart room? It's a little bit different. Let's copy it down. There's a piece of paper in here. What have you found in there, Jinpei? Looks like someone was working on a solution. It's got some handwriting on it, too. The document says 9-panel cross puzzle, first draft. Oh wait, this was the puzzle from the engine room. Do not calculate the areas that are colored in. Okay. Just gonna write it down. This is a base plus A. There's a whole buttload of drawers in this cabinet. I guess none of them are important. There are 3 monitors here. The power's on, but there's nothing on any of the screens. Keyboard. Let's just tap a few keys, see if we can wake this thing up. Damn, no dice. There are 4 indentations on the desk. I wonder if I'm supposed to put something into them. Mouse. Nothing happens when I mess with it, though. Can I select these writing utensils? No. It's so small. I wonder what it is. I got no idea. So much stuff in this room. The screen is huge. Wonder why it's blue. Maybe if I touch it. There's something on the screen now. What's this? There are 15 cells here with numbers and letters in them. Let me see that. Ah, I see. So whenever you touch a cell, the ones next to it turn on or off. You just gotta use that to make the all cells on the right and the bottom green. Hey Jinpei, I found this piece of paper under that thing. You wanna take a look at it? You think it might have something to do with the puzzle? It's a piece of paper Clover gave me. There are a bunch of numbers and letters connected by equal signs on it. Just like she said, this is probably related to the puzzle on the screen somehow. Thanks, Clover. This really helps. Alright, let's go back and try again. Anyway, it looks like I just need to make all the cells all green. Oh. Oh, it's one of these types of puzzles. Oh, great. I think I messed it up. Oh, I'm messing it up. I keep ending up with just one left. Darn it. Ah! Oh. Oh. Oh, the point isn't to get them all lit up. Oh. I mean, the point isn't... Yeah, I get it now. I thought that these would all turn green once I got all these. Let's reset it. I actually have to calculate any of this. F is 15. This L's 21. I mean, does it really help for me to know what they are? Okay, maybe I should just write them down with numbers. Okay, so D is 13, 6, 1, 15, 5, 9, 11, and then C is 12. That's just 4. So A is 10, L is 21. 21, 21, 21, 10. I need this one off. Ah. I don't want to spend forever on this. I think I could figure out if I, like, brute force it a little bit, but I don't want to do that. Okay. I'm going to be cheaty. Okay. Wow, I'm so smart! You did it, Junpei! You're so smart, thank you! You seem to have done an excellent job and solved the puzzle. Just what I would have expected of you, Junpei. Hey, come on, you're embarrassing me. Whoa, don't get cocky, kid. We don't got time for that. Look at this. Check out the right edge of this control panel. The lid slid open, something came out. Metal plate shaped like a shield. There's a cross engraved on it. The control panel for this thing. Nothing happens when I press the buttons. I can assume I'm done with that. That was annoying. Just that. This looks like a puzzle, said Professor Layton. This monitor is part of the machine. It's really dim though. It's got a map of the world on it, but I can barely see it. Junpei, it looks like there's a compass on there. Now I get it. What do you mean? I guess you weren't there, Clover, but I solved a puzzle like this in the wheelhouse. I think I just need to do the same thing here. The same thing? The important part is the nautical table we just found. I just have to match up the directions of the compass with the lines on the nautical table. I used the steering wheel in the wheelhouse, but this time I think I'm going to use the wheel attached to the side here. Okay, then show me now. Of course. Maybe I ought to run through the instructions. This looks like it probably works the same the steering wheel in the wheelhouse did. If I just touch the direction I want it to, the compass will turn in that direction. I just press stop when the compass is pointing where I want it to go. I'm betting something will happen if I do it right. Let's do this. Okay, so... south. And then west. Where does this turn? There. Oh no, I messed up. You gotta press it like prematurely. Okay, south, west, northeast. Wait, no, that's south. Oh, that's southeast. Oh. I keep getting mixed up because I should scratch this out. I have the other nautical map also on my notes, so I keep looking at the wrong one. Also, this one turns slower, so it's more annoying. South. West. Southeast. Northeast. Then east. Then north. And east. Yay, you did it, Junpei. Good boy, who's a good boy? Ah, knock it off. Hey, we don't have time for screwing around right now. Check out the right side of this monitor. It just kind of slid open, something came out. Oh yeah, I heard a noise too. You know that big box in the hall by the exit? I think it made a noise. Like something unlocking, you know? A noise, huh? A metal plate shaped like a shield. There's a symbol that looks like a steering wheel engraved on it. This one? There's something written on these pieces of paper. Looks like we got 3 sheets of this stuff. I hate it when they add things to the file screen. Oh, they had a file in here with hexadecimal. I mean, oh, never mind. It's just a hint on what hexadecimal is. It's not the full sheet. It's a good thing I wrote it out then. Is this a Morse code chart? Oh. So it's just Morse code for all the letters. This is a pretty impressive mess. If we try and search every one of these, we're gonna be at it till the cows come home. Well, that doesn't seem too bad. We want to go bring them in ourselves then. Don't you get smart with me, kid. How about we deal with this area later, okay, guys? Maybe we should try something more promising. The side of the machine. The rust makes it feel rough. These monitors hang down from the ceiling. Each screen shows a room on the ship. Card reader. It says lock. I'm not going to be able to open this door until I find the card that goes to this thing. Okay, there should be more puzzles around. Okay, this one's... we can't do that one. We've already done this one and that one. Oh, what's this? The metal shutter looks pretty sturdy. It's framed with black and yellow warning stripes. Alright, let's open it. Oh, holy shit. This is pretty damn creepy. There's a coffin in there. A coffin. Coffin. Oh man, does 7 think... yeah, he's all pale. He's thinking the same thing I am. No way. Could this be? I'm sorry, but what's going on here? It's a coffin! I wonder if there's a vampire in it. Right, I guess Clover and Snake don't know the story. Man, I can't bring myself to tell them. Well, at any rate, let's have a look around. There's a metal plaque on the coffin. Snake's touching it. All ice. Ah, the 2 machines. Holy shit. Man, this is serious. Ah, well, let's open it, shall we? Clover, if you could give me a hand. Oh, hey, Hikaru, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for stopping by. Let me give you the good old shout out. You guys should go check out Hikaru when you get time. Very cool streamer. Plays a lot of different games, a lot of, well, League, and I keep... suddenly I just forgot the other one. The... shoot! Why did it suddenly lose the tip of my tongue? The Dead by Daylight thing. Yes. Identity V. Yes, that's what I'm thinking of. Identity V. Thank you so much for stopping by, Hikaru. Welcome, welcome. Yes, we're playing Zero Escape. This is almost the end of the game, actually. This is the last escape room, and then we're getting close to the true ending after a long and arduous journey. Thank you so much for popping by. Okay, I got it. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Ha! No luck. It doesn't seem to be ready to open. Yeah, but it's not like it's screwed shut or something. Yes, I believe it's locked in some other way. Hey, 7, do you think you could open it up with your superhuman strength? No, what's wrong? I think I'll just pass on this one, okay? What the heck? Very well, we'll just have to give up on the coffin for now. Let's look around the room a little bit more, shall we? Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the Forest of Knowledge, beneath the navel of the Gigantic. Is that actually true? I'm surprised they didn't voice act that scene. Hey, bye, Alice. Where's the last puzzle? Oh, is this? Oh, this is a different one. Let's see what happens when I... Whoa. Well, now we've got something on the screen at least. Huh? What is this? Oh, wait a minute. I saw something like this when I figured out that Morse code puzzle back in the communications office. Morse code? Yeah, the dots on here look like dits for Morse code. There's 2 dots on the first line, 4 on the second, 1 on the last. I'm afraid I don't understand. Well, perhaps you should give it a shot anyway. Alright, I'll try. Before I do that, though, maybe I ought to run through the instructions. If I just tap the dot button, it'll enter a dip. If I hold the button down, it'll enter a dot. Once we enter our answer, it'll automatically determine if it was the correct answer or not. I can also switch through the code sheets I've got by touching the 3 icons over on the right. Let's do this. Wait, so was it... Where was the hint? Okay, I get what I'm supposed to do. Where's the actual... Where's the dots that I saw earlier? This is just this. Am I supposed to already know which one to enter? Right, okay, so... Oh, I bet it's in my... Is it in my file? Like, show me the dots again. Where do the dots go? I heard A, L, and L. That would be all, right? Yes, it said all. I have to make those letters green. What about it? Well, I thought perhaps it might be a hint. The solution to that puzzle was all. If that's so, what's the answer for this one? Oh! Oh, I got it now. Oh, so I didn't... The first screen wasn't actually anything. It was... Okay, I get it. So I want to do... Dot, dot. And then... Dash, dot, dash, dot. Dot. Yeah! I spelled ice. All ice. I see. It seems you have solved the puzzle, Junpei. Excellent work. The answer was ice. How'd you know? All I had to do was listen to the sounds the machine made. After that, it was a trivial matter to decode them. Wait, you just said you didn't understand Morse code like 2 seconds ago, and now you suddenly can hear it and translate it? Ah yes, I believe I heard a noise from somewhere on the right of the device after you solved the puzzle. It sounded rather like something sliding open. Do you see anything that could have made that noise? Yeah, that's true. Oh yes, one more thing. I heard a sound from behind the shutter. Perhaps the coffin is unlocked now. What? Metal plate shaped like a shield. It has some sort of weird pattern engraved on it. I don't know how to describe it. Considering where I found it, it's probably a code. Okay, let's go check on Alice. Alright, fine, I'll open it. Okay, Junpei, you could do this. It's just a box. It's just a box. Holy shit, there's a coffin. There's gonna be something horrible in there, I just know it. Okay, okay. Deep breaths. Here we go. Wow! Oh man, there's nobody in there. Shit, can't believe I was scared of something like that. What do you mean, nobody? Were you expecting someone to be in there? It's a long story. Ask Junpei about it sometime. Well, like Seven said, there's nobody in there. I don't know, is that more alarming or less alarming? There is something in there, though. Well, 2 somethings, actually. What is that? Hey! There are 2 things in the bottom of the coffin. Also, we got a plate with an emblem on it, and... The Neptune key! Yes, we finally found it! Now we can get through the hallway. That's correct, Clover, but we do need to get out of this room first, you know? Yeah, I know. Okay, let's get the hell out of here as quickly as possible. I don't have any objections to that. I don't think we'll use the Neptune key in this room. It's really important though, so I'll keep it in my pocket for now. As far as the other thing goes... A metal plate shaped like a shield. It has a sort of crosshatch pattern on it, like a waffle. The waffle pattern looks like the lid of the coffin. Alright, I put the emblems into the 4 indentations on the desk, but... Huh? Nothing's happening. Wait, what's Snake doing? I feel symbols engraved just above each indentation. On the upper left is the steering wheel symbol. On the upper right, the cross symbol. On the bottom left, the mysterious circle symbol. And lastly, the waffle pattern is engraved near the bottom right indentation. Additionally, each symbol seems to have been given a number. 1. Steering wheel. 2. Cross. 3. Mysterious circle. And 4. Waffle patterns. Perhaps we need to insert the emblems in this order. That order, huh? I put the... Well, oh. You actually want me to physically do it. Oh, dang it. I forgot that you can only cycle through items in this order. It's helm first. Whoa. Well, now we got something on the monitors at least. What's that? It looks like some kind of puzzle. I wonder if these are the rules. Here, I'll read them to you. Oh great, it's another digital route puzzle. When you touch a numbered area, that area will be selected. It'll turn blue to indicate this. Touching a numbered ball after selecting an area will cause that ball to be moved to that area. However, you cannot move the red balls. You can only move 3 to 5 balls into a single area. Press the check button once you have moved all the balls except the red ones, which you cannot move. The digital route of the balls in the area must match the number for that area. That's it. I still don't really get it. Whatever. Like they say, practice makes perfect. Let's give it a shot. Don't you mean practice makes perfect? Hey, let's see you solve the next one, then you can make fun of me. Yeah, but he's blind. He can't see the screen. Oh, only one of them's red, though. Okay, well, to make a digital route of 3, I need to have 1 and 2, unless I make a 12. Oh, do I need to use all the balls? So to make a 6, I can either make 6 or I can make 15. How about this? Do I really have to use them all? Okay, well if I want a 3, I have to make 12. I know. Well, if I do 9, I need another, 21, 22, 23, 24. Aha! It works! I'm a genius. Okay, this is it, right? But nothing's happening. There are 3 more indentations left empty. Ugh, this puzzle's so long. I imagine something will happen when they're all filled. Doesn't that seem likely? Okay, which one is next? Cross, right? Hey Junpei, something showed up on the screen. This puzzle sure looks like a lot like the last one. Yeah, but there's more of those red balls you can't move. The numbers for each area are different too. Looks like it's got the same rules as the last one though. You sure you don't want to double check that? No, I'll be fine. If I get confused, I can look at the screen over there, right? Anyway, like they say, a picture's worth 1,000 words. Words. Let's give it a shot. Isn't that a picture's worth 1,000 words? Hey, shut it. At least I'm trying, alright? Okay, to get a 1, I need a 10. I'm trying to figure out a combination that uses as many of these as I can. So I can't do it with that. That won't work either. Aha! Wait, no, I didn't mean to do that. Did I actually get it? Yes! That's awesome, Junpei. There's only 2 left now. You could do it. Oh, alright. Let's put the emblem in the secret code. Yeah, this puzzle looks like a lot like last one. Yes, guys, we get it. Looks like the rules are the same, though. Don't you think you should double check it? Come on, this is the 3rd time I've done this. I'll be fine. So this, if you can't think of anything clever, please don't strain yourself. You might hurt something. Ah, shut up. Just give me a break, alright? I'll think of something. Okay, it's easier when there's more red buttons. Okay, so to get a 7, I need a 16. So if I go 8, and then I need to make another 8. I could do this. What does that leave me with? Oh! Excellent work, Junpei. We've only got one left. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Oh, come on, we're almost there, guys. Let's see what happens when I put the emblem of the coffin into this indentation. This is the 4th one. This puzzle looks like a lot like... Yes, 7. I think this is probably the last one. Once we solve this puzzle, I'm sure something will happen. Alright, I'll solve it in no time. Okay, so to get an 8, I need a 17. Oh, easy peasy. Wait. 7, 8, 9. Wait. Oh no, this makes... Wait. What? 8 plus 4 is 12. Plus 5 is 17. What? What? Why won't this work? No, this clearly works. I mean, I could do this. Why doesn't this work? What? According to... I mean, that works, because there's so many 9s right now. According to the guide, it says use this one, but why this one and not the other one? Is it because they want 9 and 0 together? Or did they just overlook other combinations that work? Where did that noise come from? Underneath the keyboard. Way to go, Junpei. You answered all the questions. Damn, Junpei, good job. Hey, did you hear something just now? Yes, I heard that as well. From the bottom left corner of the desk, I believe.
A picture? What the hell is this? This man with a mustache on the right. He's the same guy we found murdered in the captain's quarters. He had the 0 bracelet on his left arm. And this second man, with the glasses and a doctor's coat. He's the 9th man, the one with bracelet number 9. He died after he went into door 5. But this guy, the one in the striped suit... Oh man, that's Ace.
Yeah, I guess it is.
No doubt about it.
It's almost like we didn't know that before. I mean, I know they don't know that in this timeline, but...
But what does it mean? What is Ace doing in this picture? Not only Ace, the 9th man and Cap too. And they look happy, like they knew each other well. Why? How in the world are these 4 men connected?
You say Ace is in that picture?
Yeah, it doesn't look like it was taken recently though. Ace, the 9th man, and Cap all look about 10 years younger.
Ah, so the 9th man and the man you found murdered in the captain's quarters are also in the picture?
Yeah.
Is there anyone else? Or are there only 3 people in the picture? I'm afraid I can't see it.
So this is like a big part of the reason why they probably made Snake blind, is because otherwise he would give away a lot of the plot early.
No, there's one more guy. He's got kinda long hair, he looks smart, but a little cold. He's the only one I don't recognize.
What's the date of the photograph?
It doesn't have one.
Did you look on the back?
Back?
Yes, the reverse. The other side.
Huh. Praying for the success of the Nonary project. With Nijisaki, Kubota, and Musashido. Huh. Then the 4 men in this picture were the organizers of the Nonary game 9 years ago. That means Ace, the 9th man, and Cap were all responsible for making it happen. But I feel like I should be more shocked about this. It's almost as if that's just how things were always supposed to be.
It's almost like you knew this from another timeline.
Why? Why am I not surprised? Ace was the one in charge of the Nonary project. But why? Why am I so calm? It's like I already knew.
Ah, of course. I understand now. Ace was the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. He was the one who invented the game 9 years ago. He was Gentaro Hongo.
Ace is Hongo?
I had my suspicions from the beginning. Their voices were similar. Too similar to be a coincidence. I could never forget his voice. It was the voice of the devil. I couldn't be sure, though. After all, I had no way to check. I certainly couldn't ask him. Even if I had known, however, I would never have told you. Zero made it quite clear what would have happened if I did.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea.
Huh?
I didn't know that Ace was Hongo.
Oh, yes. I suppose you wouldn't have. 9 years ago, you were in Building Q in Nevada. But Hongo was in the Gigantic with us.
I know. That's why I didn't know what Hongo looked like. But why? Why didn't you tell me? I mean, I'm your sister, right? You could have told me.
I'm sorry. I apologize for keeping this from you. But if I'd told you, Clover, I would have told everyone else. And if you did, then I would have been forced to tell them about what happened 9 years ago.
Clover, it's all your fault. You're too loose-lipped.
I had to prevent that.
Hey, Junpei. You think I could borrow that picture for a sec?
Sure.
Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashido. Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashido. Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashido.
Alright, you weren't with us in the library when Snake told me the story.
Hey, Seven, do you...
Shut it! Just be quiet. I'm this close to remembering. This close. Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashido. Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Nonary Project. Shit.
What?
What's wrong?
Holy shit, this is nuts.
What's nuts?
I remember
Remember what?
everything.
Everything?
Yeah, I remember all of it. My memory's back.
Okay, we don't have time, guys, because we're trying to get there really quickly and the ship is sinking, but... Monologue for us, Seven.
I remember what happened before I got snatched.
What?
Let me tell you what happened. Like Snake said, Ace is Hongo from the right. The other 3 are Musashido, Nijisaki, and Kubota. Musashido was the man with the cash. Nijisaki was Hongo's right-hand man. And Kubota developed the actual technical details of the experiments.
How do you know all this?
Come on, man, I told you, I finally got my memory back.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm trying to ask you why you knew all this stuff in the first place, before you forgot it.
You really want to know?
Of course.
Me too.
This is gonna take a while. Hell, it'll probably take me a good 3 days to tell you everything.
Well, we don't have 3 days.
Just give us the short version, alright?
Short version, huh? Alright, fine. I'll give it a shot. No promises, though.
Okay, this will only take 3 hours.
I'm a detective. It's a little awkward to say this about myself, but you could probably consider me a lone wolf type. I hold to my own code, because I think doing what's right is more important than doing what you're told. That's why I followed my gut that night. A slim lead brought me to the
And
war.
of course, we hear this full story when we do the submarine ending.
It was 9 years ago. The wharf had been cold as fuck, and I could barely see squat. I was investigating a mess of kidnappings, all of them children. It all had one thing in common. A history of visits to one particular hospital. A hospital under the management of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. And my investigation had turned up evidence that Cradle had been involved in the kidnappings. After a little sweet talking, I managed to finally get a real lead from someone inside Cradle. My source told me this.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
So I headed to the wharf. From the shadows, I searched the harbor until I found the ship he was talking about. There was a bunch of movement near it. Men in black suits, many of them carrying large bags. The bags. There was something about the way they moved as they were carried. No doubt about it. They were human beings in those bags.
Hey, 7, we told you to sum it up quickly. You're giving us too much detail.
I moved before I realized it. I came out of hiding with my gun already in my hand.
Don't move.
I felt metal touch the back of my head.
Drop the gun. I could kill you right now. It'd be easy to get away with it, too. Just tie an anchor to your feet. No one would find you for a week. That what you want? The fish here would love a meal.
I kept digging the cold metal thing into my skull. There was nothing I could do. I did what he said and laid my gun on the ground. Then suddenly, there was a sharp pain in my neck. A needle. A drug. That was my last thought. My face hit cold concrete. I was out like a light after that. I woke up on a hard floor. Damn it. Shit, my head hurts. I did a quick once-over of the room. Where am I? A small, shabby bed, a dirty sink, a toilet with no privacy. I'd seen it countless times as a cop. I'm in a cell, huh? Facing the toilet was a door set into the wall. I was still pretty woozy, but I made my way over to it. I pushed and pulled on it, but...
His story is exactly the same as it was in the sub-ending. There's nothing that changes here. I mean, I guess the sub-ending's not required for the true ending, so this is just in case you missed it.
It won't open. Not like I expected much else. Would be dumb enough to put me in a cell and leave it unlocked. Threw myself against the door a few times, but it wouldn't budge. I knew it. I gave up and made my way back to the bed, and sat down. Huh. I sat there for a very, very long time. Who knows how long. Then, I heard a faint voice. The voice was far away. I couldn't understand what it was saying, but I could hear one. It was pretty high, probably a little kid. Huh? No, it was several. I hear 5, or 6, maybe more. Where? Where are they coming from? I pressed my ear to the wall and tried to listen through it. No, that's not it. Left. It's coming from under the bed? I hauled on the metal frame and flipped the thing over. And there it was. The bed had hidden an air vent under it. The hole in the wall was covered by a metal grate. I dropped flat on the floor and peered through the grate. I couldn't see shit, but I knew it in my gut. This was where those voices were coming from. Hold up. Why are there kids here? And then what my inside man told me popped into my head.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
Whoa. Am I on that ship? It didn't matter. All I knew was I had to get to those kids. I checked out the metal grate. Could I fit? I stuck my fingers in and grabbed it. Then... Yeah! How do you like that, you son of a bitch? I finally got the damn thing off. Sweat was dripping down my face, so I wiped it off and crawled inside. The first bit or so was tight. I had a wriggle on my belly. Wind up eventually, and there was space for me to crawl along on my hands and knees. I went from crawling like a worm in dirt to skittering like a bug. Couldn't say it was much better, but I'd take what I could get. And when I'd been in the thing long enough to start wondering where it'd take me, a massive sound nearly scared the piss out of me. It was like a heavy metal door had just been slammed shut. Then, there was a voice. What? I wasn't sure what it meant, but anything with incinerator is bad news. Then, almost as if that was a cue, I heard a mess of young-sounding voices. A bunch of them were straight up screaming in terror. And all the sounds together made a howl that made the hair on my neck stand straight up. Damn it! What the hell is going on here? I scrambled through the duct as fast as I could. I made a giant racket. I didn't care at that point. I soon found a metal door on the left side of the duct. The kids were screaming on the other side. I found it. I yanked the handle and threw the door open. I almost ripped the metal off its hinges. What the hell is this place? I couldn't believe what I saw.
Hey, welcome back, Lord Temper.
The room had a dome up top. There had to be about 9 walls, all the same size.
We had a good raid.
And the ceiling was an upside-down funnel, almost like a chimney. I looked down. There they were, the kids I'd been searching for. They all gawked up at me, suddenly silent, for the moment, from surprise and fear. Scared of the room or me, I couldn't tell. Probably both, actually. Not like I can blame them running into a room like this when they're already scared shitless. I snorted at my own dig at myself and turned to the kids. Don't worry, kids, I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. All of them stood there, frozen. Well, except one. He was a boy, slightly older than the others, in a private school uniform.
Who the hell are you?
He stepped forward and glared at me suspiciously. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you. It looked like they relaxed some the second I got the words out.
How are you gonna help us?
Where's the exit?
There isn't one. The doors we came in through won't open, and the door over there...
He kind of cut himself off. I think he was considering something before he changed his mind.
Anyway, there's no point. We can't all get out of here. If we don't get out of here, we're gonna be burned to death.
Burned to death?
Can't you hear it? That voice said the incinerator's gonna start up soon. So...
The voice spoke again.
Incineration will begin in 15 minutes.
They only had 15 minutes. I looked back down at the kids. Looks like a good 20 or 30 feet to the floor. No way I could pull them up. Too big of a distance for any of us to reach. What the hell was I gonna do? But then I got an idea. Wait right there. I'm gonna be right back.
What? Where is he going? Are you just gonna leave us here?
They just got frightened again. I'm not the best at that kind of thing, but I tried to reassure them with a smile. Don't worry, all right? I'll be back, I promise. So just stay calm and wait right there. Got it? I didn't wait to hear them respond. There wasn't time. I had to hurry. Well, as fast as I could on his hands and knees. Didn't take me long to get back to my cell. Still no way out of there, but I had a plan. I needed something from the room.
I know, I'll just take buckets of water out of the toilet, and that should calm the incinerator down.
When I got it, I dove back into the hole and took off towards the incinerator. Then... Sorry to keep you waiting, guys. I tipped out the doorway and dropped down the rope I brought with me.
Ah.
Back in the cell, I'd torn the bed sheets into strips and tied them together to make a rope. It was sloppy, but it got the job done.
Dang, he did all that in, like, such a short amount of time.
All right, just tie that around yourself, okay? I'll pull you up one at a time.
Right!
Huh. Wait a sec. Something was off. There were more of you before. Where'd the rest of you go? The boy in the uniform answered.
I let them go on ahead. We opened the number 9 door and they left.
What? You're telling me you opened that door?
That's what I said!
Then what the hell are you doing here?
We couldn't go with them.
Why not?
Look, the only people who can go through the numbered door...
He was in the middle of explaining.
Incineration will begin in 5 minutes.
The wall shook a bit from the voice bouncing around.
Look, that can wait, all right? Just get us out of here!
Right! I grabbed onto the rope. The first one I pulled out was a girl with a ponytail. Next was a girl with a red necktie. boy in a jacket came after. He said he'd climb up on his own. The boy in the uniform was the last up. Like the other kid, he climbed up the rope himself. He looked pretty scrawny, but I guess he was stronger than he looked. He moved fast, but when he was almost to me, we heard some knocking. Everyone looked at the door. It had a thick, square window set into it. On the other side, an angry face was staring in.
God damn it! What's going on here? Why is the room empty? Where the hell are those fucking kids?
The door opened, and a man stepped in looking half mad with fury. I recognized his face. I saw him many times in photos during my investigation. The man's name was Gintaro Hongo, the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Hongo saw the boy hanging from the rope. Yeah! It was like he was an animal. He lunged for the rope. Hurry!
I know!
The boy in the uniform booked it up the rope.
You son of a bitch! Get back here, you little shit!
15 feet. 10. The second I could reach the kid, I grabbed him.
You know, like, they planned out this entire Nonary game and accounted for everything. They didn't realize that they left, like, a grate that you could break in the confinement room that led straight to the incinerator after throwing a guy in. That's a pretty big oversight.
I hauled him up and tossed him into the duct behind me.
No!
Hongo had lost it. His face didn't even look human. It was like the bastard pulled off his fake face. He was really a terrifying devil or some kind of damn monster. I quickly reeled in the rope, leaving a furious Hongo yelling at me from the floor.
You fucking bastard! You won't get away with this! How dare you compromise this experiment!
Experiment? What experiment?
Incineration will begin in 1 minute.
Hey, old man! What the hell are you doing? Hurry up!
The boy in the uniform was trying to get my attention. I may have thrown a salute in the raging asshole's face before I closed the door behind me.
Keep him the bird.
Going back to the cell, so we went down the other direction instead. After about 30 feet, we came across another duct on the left. This one was heading down. Marty nodded and took turns sliding down it. The duct emptied us out into a narrow hallway. There was a door on either side. The one on the left was a normal double door. But the one on the right was familiar. It had black and yellow stripes, and a device next to it on the wall. A plate on it read, Incinerator. Incinerator?
Yeah, that's where we were.
It was the girl with the red tie who answered me. We were inside an incinerator?
Yeah, Hongo might still be there. It looks like it's been shut off, though.
Wait, what? If he's still in there...
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, that's awesome. We could just roast him here.
That meant we better. We gotta get out of here. Go to the other door, hurry! The kids started running, and I was close on their heels. On the other side of the door was a large spiral staircase. Run!
I forgot how long his story is here.
Didn't need to tell them twice. Up, up, and up. Feet pounding the steps. Our arms pumping fast. Went round, round, and round. The devil was on our tail. The stairway kept going. We passed a couple of landings when the boy in the uniform suddenly spoke.
Something's up. Akane's not catching up to us.
Akane?
My kid sister. The girl with the red necktie.
Akane. That's strange. I didn't remember seeing that name in the list of missing kids.
Hey!
He kept his hands around his mouth and yelled.
Why don't you voice act this line? Why there's like a couple random lines in this game that just aren't voice acted?
Maybe we outran her.
The boy in the uniform skidded to a stop. I stopped too, and so did the other two kids. When did we do that?
Well, we passed a couple big rooms on the way here. Maybe she took a rest in one of them?
No, that's impossible.
Sorry, Grandpa. You keep going. I gotta go look for her downstairs.
He turned to go.
Hey, kid, wait! God damn it, I said wait!
I don't think the kid even heard me. Fuck! I spun around to the boy in the jacket and the girl with the ponytail.
I'm going after him. You two keep going, all right? You got it?
The girl nodded and ran up the stairs. But the boy...
I'm going with you.
I didn't have time to argue. I just nodded and took off down the stairs. I could hear him following me. We We ran all the way to the bottom floor, calling for her. Akane was nowhere to be found.
God damn it, where the hell did she go?
I could tell the kid was frustrated. Then suddenly,
Help me! Somebody help me!
we heard a girl's voice.
Akane!
The boy in the uniform threw open the door and leapt into the hallway by the incinerator. We rushed in after him. I couldn't for the life of me believe what we were seeing. That bastard Hongo had Akane by the arm and was forcing her into the incinerator.
Come on, goddammit, move!
No, I don't want to! Let me go, please! Let go of me!
Didn't the incinerator only have 1 minute left when Hongo went in, though? How did he have time to do this?
She planted her feet squarely on the floor and was struggling to get away. But Hongo was bigger and stronger. She wasn't gonna win.
Akane!
My brother roared with anger and charged toward Hongo.
Help me!
Ah! You're too late, idiot!
Idiot.
Hongo lifted Akane bodily into the air and threw her, still fighting him, into the incinerator.
So I guess the incinerator must have already gone off, and he's throwing her back in for a second round. Or he canceled it.
Before we could even blink, Hongo had leapt through the door after her. We saw him land inside. And then, the door slammed shut. We ran to the door. We did everything we could think of to get the thing open. But
Ah! Fuck! It's no use! The goddamn thing won't move an inch!
he started slamming his fists against the door. He was close to shattering his knuckles with how hard he pounded on it.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
You came back!
Her voice was muffled, but all of us could hear the sheer terror in it.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here!
Where's Hongo?
He went out the other door!
What?
Warning. Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18.
So he must have reset it.
Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
Are you fucking kidding me? It's the same damn thing!
Are you there?
Yeah, we're here. Just hang on, alright? We're gonna figure out a way to save you.
His words would have seemed like a sick joke to her if she'd been able to see how white and bloodless his face was right then.
Incineration will begin in 17 minutes.
Please! Please help me! I'm really scared! I don't want to die, please! I don't want to die! I don't want to die!
It's gonna be alright. I'll figure something out. I promise. I promise, okay? You hear me? I promise!
That's just terrifying to even think about.
It was torture listening to her sobbing on the other side of the door. Her brother was nearly crying himself. He could only stand there, fists clenched so tight his knuckles were white.
What happened then?
Come on, man. Put yourself in my shoes. It doesn't end good. You think I want to remember that?
Then...
Yeah. Shit. If I'd known it was gonna be like this, I almost wish I hadn't remembered.
Hey, are you sure?
Huh?
Look, I don't want to ask this either, but there's something I don't get. So if you could just tell me, did that girl, Akane, really...
Yeah, I'm sure. There wasn't anything we could do. After a while, the countdown ended, and we heard something... burning. The fire stopped, but we still didn't move. Me and the jacket kid were frozen. The boy in the uniform collapsed as if he couldn't hold himself up anymore. A few minutes passed. The door opened. The boy in the uniform tripped over his own feet running in. We followed, too numb to speak.
It must have been like scorching hot in there too.
The air in the incinerator was hot. Every breath made my lungs feel like they were on fire. It was like standing on hot asphalt. The air was wavering, and in the middle of the room, there it lay. The kid's legs were shaking so bad, I don't know how he managed to walk. I couldn't see his face, but his body somehow looked empty. Finally, he reached it. He fell to his knees as his legs gave out on him. And then...
Can I ask you one more thing?
What's that?
The girl, Akane. What was her last name?
What does it matter to you?
Just tell me, okay? Please?
Kuroshiki. Her name was Akane Kuroshiki. You were there that day, weren't you? The tall kid in the jacket. That was you, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. You are correct, Detective. Don't misunderstand me. I told you before how Zero threatened me. There was nothing I could do. I couldn't say anything about what happened 9 years ago.
So you're saying you're not working for Zero, right?
Of course not.
Clover, what about you?
Hey, come on! You really think I'm working with Zero? I told you before, you idiot! I was in Nevada, in Building Q. I did hear that a detective rescued the kids on the boat, but I didn't know it was you.
Well, I guess I believe you. All right, let me ask you another question. Santa's real name is Aoi Kuroshiki. He's Akane's brother. You know that?
No, I didn't. Did you?
Well, yes. I know Aoi Kuroshiki was her brother. But I didn't know he was Santa. At least not from the beginning. 9 years ago, he was in the middle of puberty. His voice is entirely different now. I'm ashamed to say that even my exceptional hearing wasn't able to make that connection. As such, I had no reason to think Santa was Aoi.
When did you figure it out?
Clover told me that Santa might have been one of the subjects of the initial experiment. It was only a short while ago, while we were leaving the library. When she told me that, I had a feeling.
Santa is Aoi? Akane Kuroshiki, June's brother? There's still a lot we don't know. I mean, like a lot. But there is one thing I think we can say we know.
What's that?
The body we found in the shower room. It had to be Nijisaki, dressed up to look like Snake.
What?
Come on, man, what kind of detective are you? You didn't figure that out already?
Hey, go easy on me, man. I just got my memory back, all right? Cut me some slack.
Well, if he is, the 3 murders make sense then, don't they? Yeah, that's right. Murder. Kubota blew himself up, but that was murder too. So why did these murders take place?
If Junpei is correct, and the body in the shower room was Nijisaki's, that means all of the people who were murdered were involved with the creation of the Nonary project. Kubota, the person who conducted the actual experiments. Nijisaki, Hongo's assistant. Musashido, the man who financed the project.
You mean this was all just revenge? Santa is Zero. He's getting revenge for the death of his sister. That's why he killed them.
No, I don't think Santa actually murdered anyone. If I'm right, then it's not hard to figure out who the next victim's gonna be, is it? I'm pretty sure I don't have to tell you.
Yes.
Yep.
Right.
The next target will be Gentaro Hongo.
The person who planned the Nonary project.
In other words, Ace.
What?
What the hell's going on here?
It must be 6 a.m. Our time is up.
Shit!
7, you spent too long telling your story. Same with you, Snake. You spent too much time talking in the library. It's all your fault.
We need to get out of here.
How?
I'm betting this sucker opens the exit. Come on, let's go.
Oh, I'm still here. A key card with a 0 in the middle of it. 0, 0. God damn it, Zero's just screwing with us, isn't he? Dude, what got added to the file menu? A picture that was taken 10 years ago. No, I don't want to go that way. No, I want to go this way. Get us out of here! Junpei, look! It's unlocked! Yeah, now we can get back to the library. Hurry up, Junpei, we don't have time. Let's go. Alright, let's go. Oh, this is the other door in the library. Does that mean if I tried opening the door on the left in the library, it wouldn't let me? Because it loops back, but now we have the Uranus, or the Neptune key?
Huh. I think the shaking stopped.
It would seem so, but we are yet to be out of danger.
You're right. Let's hurry.
This exit needs the Uranus card, too. Hey, Junpei.
Yeah, I know. All right, it's open. Let's go. Okay, Neptune key. Let's see if you work. Yes! I think it unlocked.
Ah, yes.
Incinerator.
The old familiar scene.
So this is the incinerator.
This is the first time I've seen it from this side, but yeah, I think so.
Then there ought to be a lever near the door.
Yeah, right here.
Pull that and the door should open.
Kirby should bear witness. Do we want the little guy to see this? Do you want to see little guy? Thank you for summoning him.
Got it. Let's go.
Oh, thanks for the Kirby lip sync.
What the hell is going on? What's wrong? Are you okay?
Jumpy, you came to get me.
Of course I did. I made a promise.
I'm so glad you're here. So glad.
Hey, what happened to you?
I'm fine. I just fainted. I wasn't feeling very good. I'm feeling a lot better now, though.
Are you sure?
Yes. I just need to rest a little longer. I'm sure I'll be fine. You shouldn't worry about me.
Santa.
Hey, where is it? Where's the gun? You hide it somewhere?
I don't have it. I got sucker punched and they took the gun.
What? Who took it?
What? Isn't that obvious?
I took the gun.
Ace.
Just what the hell do you think you're doing, Ace?
We've been separated from them for a good, like, hour and a half. So they must have been scuffling in here for an hour and a half.
Or maybe I ought to say Gentaro Hongo, CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
You have me at a disadvantage, and I don't like that. You know me, but I don't know you. Do you have any idea how much I've suffered? Can you even begin to understand my pain?
The pain of prosopagnosia, right?
Another irritating insect. And how do you know that?
Good question.
No matter. If you don't want to answer, it makes no difference to me.
Because, again, Junpei learned that in the safe ending, but not in this one.
This is a waste of time anyway. It's time for me to go. First is 1. Give me your hand. 8. And with this, 9.
The ninth man. Kubota's bracelet.
I believe I've won this game. I've had quite a time playing with you. I must thank Zero, I suppose.
Wait, what? Ace doesn't know who Zero is. What the hell are you planning, Santa?
At any rate, this game ends now. I will escape, and the rest of you will have a slightly less pleasant ending. I suggest you enjoy your final moments. Goodbye.
Wait!
What? Why isn't it opening? One more time. Now open! No! What is this? Why? That digital route should be 9! It has to be 9! Then why? Why isn't it opening? Now!
Yeah, get him, 7.
No! Oh.
Oh, that was close. Too close. Thank you, 7.
Don't mention it. Just one punch ain't enough for this piece of shit. After what he did 9 years ago, I ought to rip him to pieces. But if a suspect can't talk, they ain't much good. Once he's locked up in a cell, we're gonna have a little chat.
9 years ago? Then you must be...
Yeah, you finally figured it out, dumbass.
Oh.
Ace, you killed Kubota, Nijisaki, and Musashido, didn't you?
Wait, Nijisaki?
Oh, right. You don't know yet. All right. We'll just go through them in order then.
Let's monologue some more. We have time, apparently.
Let's start off with Kubota. You talked to Kubota and managed to convince him to go into door 5 alone. You killed him without making it look like you killed him.
Again, you got really lucky that he didn't out you as he was dying.
The way I figure it, you had 4 motives.
The exact same 4 motives you explained to us in the other ending.
1. In the Nonary game, the number 9 is dangerous. Whoever had the 9 bracelet could join whatever team they wanted. Adding 9 to any number doesn't change the digital route, which means that number 9 could do whatever they wanted. You wanted to remove that threat as soon as possible. 2. You wanted the number 9 bracelet for yourself, so that you could make use of its power. In fact, you did use it in the murder of Nijisaki. 3. Even if his number hadn't been 9, Kubota was a problem. He knew your past. He knew what had happened 9 years before. You needed to silence him before he told anyone. 4. But last, and perhaps the most disturbing, you used Kubota as a test. You wanted to know how serious this Nonary game was. Was it truly life or death, or simply a harmless prank? You convinced him to break the rules so you could see what would happen. That was why you killed Kubota. But he was only the first. Next was Nijisaki. While everyone was off looking for the missing parts for the Reds, you ran into Nijisaki near the big hospital room. However, because of your prosopagnosia, you didn't realize he was Nijisaki. Chiefly because, when you met him, he was dressed like Snake. That was why you thought Nijisaki was Snake.
No, that's not... That was Nijisaki? Why? How did...
I'll get to that. Anyway, you thought he was Snake. Snake was one of the kids in your experiment 9 years ago. You remembered him because he was the blind kid, but his presence made you think. Snake was one of my subjects 9 years ago. He probably hates me. But if that's true, why isn't he saying anything? Is he keeping quiet because he can't see? Or perhaps he's working with Zero to get revenge on me. Whatever the reason, anyone who knows my past is a threat. Before he tries anything, I need to get rid of him. That was when you decided you had to kill him. The murder weapon was Kubota's bracelet. You just waved it over the red. Verified your own number and then grabbed Nijisaki's arm and forced it over the scanner panel. Then, when the door opened, you kicked him in. 9 seconds later, the door closed. And then 81 seconds passed. And poor Nijisaki was dead.
And you mean to say Snake is still alive?
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm as good as new.
I even got these cool cultist robes.
Thank you for killing the wrong man. But I can't say I like knowing that you wanted me dead. Although, to be honest, even if you hadn't tried to kill me, I would still hate you very much.
Well, I wouldn't blame you.
Last but not least, let's talk about Musashido's death. When Clover and I were investigating the chart room, you came over to talk to me. Do you remember what you said?
Oh, a pocket watch. Might I take a look at it?
I handed it to you,
Oh.
and you left the room.
Right, in this timeline, because he took the pocket watch first. And then I talked to Clover, and then he came back with it.
You had been in charge of the Nonary project. Of course you would have known the solution to every puzzle. Which would mean that you also knew how to get out of the wheelhouse.
Like, I totally forgot about that.
All you had to do was place the watch in the indentation on the door to unlock it. With the door open, you could enter the captain's quarters. Musashido was there.
Like, especially since he left it kind of vague, because he says, "Can I see the pocket watch?" It didn't sound like he took it, at least from the way I read it.
Conveniently placed next to him was an axe that practically begged you to kill him with it. You picked up that axe and buried the blade deep in the other man's chest.
So by the time we got into the captain's quarters, his body was probably still warm. I'm surprised Junpei and Clover didn't pick up on that. But then again, I know they probably didn't want to rifle through a dead body, but also Clover did dig through his pockets, so...
One blow was all it took, and then you returned to the chart room as if nothing had happened.
There was something I wanted to speak with you about, Junpei. Could you come with me for a moment?
I had no reason to say no, so I followed you to the wheelhouse. When we stepped inside, remember how you slipped your hand into my vest?
Oh, he returned the pocket watch.
You pulled out a piece of paper, the one I used to cheat during the vote. But that wasn't really what you were after.
Wait, but then that doesn't make sense. In the axe ending, he rifled through my pockets, and he took the pocket watch and then rifled through my pockets almost instantaneously. He was only gone for like 2 seconds. And then we still found the dead body of the captain, so that doesn't make sense.
Your true purpose had been to slip the watch into my pocket. It wasn't a very good plan. Had way too many holes, and someone saying the wrong thing could have brought it all down around you. You must have been desperate, but what made you willing to risk it all to do it? Ace, Musashido's murder is the only one I don't understand. You obviously did it, but why?
Because of this.
What's with the paper?
Just read it.
Let's see. Number 1, there are 2 ways you might survive this ordeal. The first is to win the Nonary game. The second is for you to confess your sins of 9 years past. I have prepared a camera in the captain's quarters. The images captured by that camera will be streamed through a satellite and distributed across the world. Simply look into the camera and repent. Once you have confessed everything, I will release you from this ship. To make your confession more credible, I have left you a witness in the captain's quarters. Perhaps he will confess with you. The decision is yours. Do as you please. 0.
When I awoke in that room on D-Deck, I found that in my pocket. That was why I chose door 1 when we voted. If I went through that door, I knew I could get to the captain's quarters. As you said, I knew how to enter the wheelhouse. My plan was to find the pocket watch before anyone else. If I could, then my alibi would be set. At least, that was the plan. Unfortunately for me, you got to it first. That sleight of hand was the best I could manage on short notice.
You meant to kill him from the beginning then? Musashido, I mean.
I only knew Musashido was the witness after I reached the captain's quarters. I asked him, and he answered. He seemed groggy. Perhaps he had only just awoken from sedation. I suppose Nijisaki was in much the same state. He seemed confused and disoriented when I encountered him. But yes, you are correct. I intended to kill him from the beginning, even though I didn't know who he was. I proceeded to the captain's quarters in order to remove this so-called witness.
Ace, you figured it out, haven't you? You were being manipulated.
Yes, so it would seem. I was little more than a puppet, in many ways. Everywhere I went, everything was already prepared. The Reds in the large hospital room were dismantled. Nijisaki was dressed like Snake.
Hey Aru, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for stopping by.
There was an axe in the captain's quarters. Musashido was delirious from the anesthetic, so he couldn't fight back. Nijisaki as well. In retrospect, I can't understand how I could have fallen into such a simple trap. But yes, this was a trap. It was Zero's trap, and I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. I did everything he wanted me to do.
Yeah. By manipulating you, Zero was able to kill 3 people and keep the blood off his own hands. All of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this Nonary game happened. Am I right, Santa?
Huh? What the hell are you talking about? I don't know any...
Ain't no point trying to play dumb anymore, Santa. Actually, I guess I should call you Aoi Kurashiki, huh? My memory came back to me, kid. You're Aoi Kurashiki, no doubt about it. Never thought I'd be back in this room talking to you. But hey, I guess this was all part of your plan, right? After all, the person who planned the Nonary game this time around was Zero. And Zero's you.
Looks like you really do have your memories back, huh? Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it then, huh? Yeah, you got me. I'm Aoi Kurashiki. I was one of the kids in the Nonary game 9 years ago. I made it out. So did Snake over there. But there's one thing... I guess there's 2 things you got wrong. Number 1, I ain't Zero.
What?
Wait, what?
Sure, I was helping Zero out, but I'm really more of an assistant, like a secretary. But an assistant's only an assistant.
Gasp!
I didn't come up with all this. All I did was follow Zero's orders.
Then, if you're not Zero, who is?
Any guesses there in the audience for those of you that have not played this game? I told you there would be twists and turns right till the end.
Calm down there, Junpei. Didn't I say 2 things? You made one more mistake. Junpei, you just said, all of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this Nonary game happened. But that's not it. Revenge isn't the only purpose. There's another reason you guys were playing the Nonary game. To save someone.
Save someone?
Right. You were brought here to help my sister. To save Akane.
What the hell are you talking about? Akane Kurashiki died 9 years ago in this room. I was there. I saw... What? What the hell? Where is she? Where's Akane Kurashiki? Ugh! Oh, my head! My head, it feels like it's gonna pop.
7! What the hell is going on?
I don't know, I just... Oh! I swear to God, my head feels like it's about to explode!
What was the Nonary Project? I'm sure you know already, but I'll tell you one more time. It was a project designed to test a particular phenomenon. And what was that phenomenon? For 2 organisms to communicate with one another in the absence of physical contact. The morphogenetic field theory. Could human beings use these invisible fields to exchange information? That was what this experiment was conducted to determine. There were 2 separate locations. One was the Gigantic, and the other was a building in Nevada called Building Q. The 9 children trapped in Building Q were faced with numerous puzzles, copies of identical ones on the Gigantic. They were told to send their answers into the morphic field set and transmit them to their brothers and sisters on the Gigantic. The transmitters were put in Building Q, and the receivers were put on the Gigantic. Each sibling pair was supposed to be split up, but there was a mistake. Akane was a transmitter. She should have been in Building Q. However, for some reason, she was placed in the Gigantic with the receivers, like me. Perhaps she was mistaken for someone who was supposed to be in Group A. Whatever the case, Akane ended up on the Gigantic. I think I've told you enough. You get it, don't you? I'm pretty sure you know where this is going, Junpei.
Where what is going?
Don't play dumb. You know things you shouldn't. Things you couldn't. How did you know Ace had prosopagnosia? How did you know why Ace wanted to kill Kubota and how Nichisaki was killed? Were you surprised when you found out Ace was Hongo? And what about the coffin Snake was trapped in? How the hell did you open it?
Well, that's...
Oh, we're switching to the novel segment, okay. He knew because I knew. Junpei was receiving information that I sent to him through the morphic field set. It's simple, really. How do I know the alternate futures, then? Imagine a river that splits in two, like an upside-down Y. The river flows from the top to the bottom, from a single stream into two branches. It only flows in one direction. It can never flow backward. Information is the same way. It moves from the past to the future, but never flows backward. That's why people at the river's source, in the past, will never know about those downstream in the future. But the people downstream will never know about one another either. Information only flows along the path of the river. But I am different. I can manipulate the morphic field set to pluck knowledge from the future. I know what happens on either fork of the river, even though the people on either fork know nothing about one another. Now, who am I? I am I, the 9th letter of the alphabet, but I am also 0. No, that's not true. I'm not really 0. Not yet. Perhaps you could say that I am less than 0. 0 is my future. In 9 years, I will be 0. Where did she go? June. No, Akane. Where did you go?
Santa!
Why is Clover... Oh shit.
Freeze.
Santa's got the gun. Guess he picked it up when we weren't watching. Looks like he's turned the tables on Ace, though. Wonder how he likes having a gun to his head.
Get up.
Sure isn't about to take that gun off him for a minute, is he? Ace isn't putting up any kind of fight. I mean, I don't think I would either, but he looks drained. I guess he's going for the door, huh? He doesn't need to verify to go through that door, but...
Hey, what's your plan, Santa? What are you doing?
He can't get through with any numbered doors with just 2 people. What the hell is he thinking?
Didn't I tell you? I'm Santa Claus. It's time for me to go make a wish come true.
That's it? That's all he's gonna give us? What the hell does that even mean? Shit, they're out. Why are my thoughts not being narrated out loud? And now the gate's shut. Looks like the rest of us are stuck in here. They're all looking at me. At least Seven's headache is gone. He seems to be alright. Well, I guess there's no harm in trying. Let's see if this door still opens.
Damn. Well, it looks like this door isn't opening anytime soon.
Hey, Syndicate Girl, welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for stopping by.
Oh, you mean we're trapped?
So it would seem.
What the hell is Santa trying to do?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, what?
Have you considered where we are? There can really only be one thing Santa would do now.
No. No, you can't be serious.
Oh, but he is. Shit, we gotta do something. Maybe we can still get out through door 9. There's the red. Yeah, alright, we could do this. I've just gotta... No, it's not gonna work. There's no way. The 5 of us can't open this door. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8, 26. 2 plus 6 is 8. Is there any combination that'll work?
Junpei, can I borrow your pen and notebook?
Clover, you're still doing this? Sure, why not? I don't think I'm going to need them. Also, you seem very fast at doing all this ever again. Well, she certainly looks purposeful. Looks like she's writing equations, a lot of them. Huh? Oh man, she doesn't look very happy. See, again, the way this game is crafted, every combination of people with numbers in every situation, at every branching path, at every story junction, works towards the story. It's brilliant. What? Hey, no need to be ripping pages out like that. Jeez.
What the hell are you doing, Clover? Give me that!
Alright, at least 7 got it away from her. Maybe now I can get a look at what she was writing. Hey, Syndicate Girl. Oh, it's Ariowin from Final Fantasy XIV. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for stopping by. Good to see you. You saw that I was playing 999 and it was a great game, so you came in to say hi. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Good to see you. Thank you so much for dropping by. I really like this game too. I'm really excited to share it with more people and move on to replaying the second and the third games too. Thank you so much for popping by. Good to see you. Thank you, thank you. Let's see.
What? And there's no other way?
Lotus. Looks like she's figured it out, though. Man, this is just too cruel.
It's okay. Go.
Lotus.
Come on, you know we can't do that.
Don't give me that. I'm sure you'd love to get rid of me.
God damn it, you idiot!
Whoa, where the hell did that come from? Looks like she expected that as much as I did.
Without... if you're not... Look, it'd be bad, alright?
For Cobb, he sure didn't have much confidence.
Bad?
Yeah. If there weren't assholes like you around, I'd be out of a job.
Right? Like, we've been ragging on Lotus this whole time, this entire game, and then now it's like... Oh no. Seriously?
Uh-huh.
Look, I'm just not leaving you behind, alright? End of story.
7.
He's right. I'm not leaving you either.
Just like how she backed him up when he wanted to stay behind in the chapel.
Me too.
You didn't honestly think I'd abandon you, did you?
You're all idiots.
Act as tough as you want, Lotus. We can see you're about to cry.
That being said, however, I doubt we would be able to open the door anyway, even if we were to leave Lotus behind.
Thanks for introducing a new game to you. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad more people can know about this series. I know it kind of like slipped under the radar for a lot of people until it came back, but then by then people hadn't played the first game or maybe they only played the second game. So I'm really happy to get more people into these series. I also have like no one to talk to about these series. I need people to talk to about these series.
Huh? Why?
I trust you remember what happened to Ace? I couldn't, see exactly what happened, but I was able to guess what he was attempting to do earlier at the Red.
Oh, yeah.
No! What is this? Why? The digital route should be 9! It has to be 9! Then why? Why isn't it opening?
Just to see. Why don't we give it a shot?
Give it a shot?
Yes, that is what I said.
Two plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 is 18. 1 plus 8 is 9.
You were right.
It ain't opening.
But it did open 9 years ago. The digital route was 9 then, I'm sure of it.
You think maybe they changed the settings?
Perhaps.
Shit. We can't get through this door. We can't get out. The walls are way too high. There's no way in hell we can get to that hole 7 popped out of 9 years ago. Also, suddenly, why for the last stretch of the game, nothing I'm saying is being narrated out loud? All we could do is stand here and stare at the door with a 9 on it. For the longest time, you were upset you missed the collector's edition and included the watch that was in the game. Yeah, me too! I found out about this game, I think, like, 1 or 2 days before it came out. And then I bought it on day 1, and I didn't know there was, like, a collector's edition, which was too late because it was sold out by then. And this game didn't have that much marketing back then. No one heard about it. I was like, dang, I could have gotten a watch. It would have been cool. But then, when I started playing the game, I was like, maybe I don't want this watch on myself. Maybe I don't want to explode every time I go through a numbered door. I guess this is it. This is the end. Look, take note of what is in the top right corner of the screen. I was watching. I had watched everything that was reflected in his eyes. I was listening. That's why things aren't being narrated anymore. To keep the suspense. Keep you guessing. Every sound that vibrated in his eardrums, I heard. Smell, taste, touch. I felt everything he felt. I knew. I knew everything about him. what he was thinking, what he was feeling, what he was sensing. All of his feelings and worries and fears became mine. My mind, my consciousness, was inside of him. Through the morphic field set, we were resonant, and we were as one. I was him, and at the same time, I was an observer. Oh. See, again, the sad music. It's called, this track, again, is a recurring theme. It's called Morphogenetic Sorrow. We heard it when Santa was talking about his sister in the engine room. We heard it during the safe ending in the incinerator. And here it is again. And this is a recurring theme through all the Zero Escape games, and it's guaranteed to make you bawl like a baby. It started with a tremendous noise like a clap of thunder. That was approximately 9 hours ago. A bomb had gone off on the ship we were on. That was when my resonance with him began. My resonant event melted into him and we became one, inside of Junpei. Somehow I found myself in Junpei's mind, 9 years in the future. But I didn't lose myself. I was living in two realities at once. One was in the present, and the other was the future. Perhaps you can think of it as two movies showing on the same screen at the same time. Eventually, it becomes difficult to separate them and determine which movie is which. However, if I concentrated, I was able to focus on one or the other. That was why I was able to grasp what was happening in front of me.
Come on, over here!
That was my brother, Aoi. He was yelling. I followed him. Around me were 7 other children. They all looked like they were about my age.
Come on, hurry up!
We ran down a long, straight hallway and burst into the very large hospital room. Everyone was arguing. 2 of the boys got in a fist fight. A girl was watching them, began to cry. I want to go home, she cried. I want to go home. Another girl slapped the crying girl and glared down at her. It has been 2 hours since the Nonary game began. We were starting to fall apart. But just when all hope seemed to be lost, Light started talking. He was blind. 9 years later, we would call him Snake. So this is a really interesting fact. I didn't realize this until just the other day. But when we were going through the first class cabin and the casino with Snake and Seven, there's a couple times when Junpei examines a light and he goes, oh, a light. And then Snake goes, what? And he goes, it's just a light. And he goes, oh, yes. That makes so much more sense when you realize Light is his name. That's why he responded to it. That's why that dialogue was so out of place. I didn't know that when I first played this game.
Hello? Everyone? Could you come over here for a moment?
He was older than most of us and his voice had authority and dignity. The fights died down and we gathered around him.
I have a little sister. She is very important to me. Right now, she is over in Building Q and is desperately trying to send information over to me. Her name is Clover, and today is her 9th birthday.
That's another thing too. Clover's name is actually Clover as well. As he spoke, he pulled something from his pocket. In his hand were 9 4-leaf clovers.
I was going to give these to her as a birthday present. I was outside picking them when I was abducted. I'm sure I've already told you, but I am blind. For a man who can't see, collecting 9 of a very specific plant is, well, it is difficult. But my sister means a great deal to me. And I hope that these would show her how much I cared for her. Since it's her 9th birthday, I thought 9 4-leaf clovers would be appropriate. Every one of you has a brother or a sister in Building Q with Clover.
Except for Aoi and Akane.
For their sake, we have to survive. We have to get off this ship. Do you understand? If we're going to do that, there are 3 things you have to remember. We need trust and love, and we have to have faith in one another. If we can take all 3 of those to heart, then I promise that good luck will come our way.
Getting off to bed? Yule, thank you so much for coming to the stream. Sleep well. Thank you again for stopping by.
Did you know that the leaves on the 4-leaf clover mean faith, trust, love, and luck? Those words are leaf words. So if you believe what I've told you, and you understand, then I want you each to have one of these. They're a promise between friends.
Yeah, dude, dang lucky to find 9 4-leaf clovers. I bet Uni from Xenoblade Chronicles 3 would be jealous. aren't 4-leaf clovers, like, they're rare, but they aren't as rare as I think people make them out to be, I guess. But 9 is still very impressive. He gave a clover to each of us. I took one too. Eventually, he was left with only a single 4-leaf clover. He had one last thing to say.
Now, don't ever forget. So long as you have that, we will always be connected. Do you understand?
When he finished, the tension of only a few minutes before he was gone, we were calm. After that, we ran around the ship for a while longer and opened several of the numbered doors until we finally found a door with the number 9 on it. In fact, there were 2 doors with 9 on them, and we found them in the chapel. We split into 2 groups and walked through the doors. Before long, we all found ourselves in a room with a ceiling that looked like an upside-down funnel. For some reason, this room had another number 9, but this time, it was only 1. But if there was only 1 door, that meant only 5 people could escape.
What are we gonna do? There aren't any other doors!
We began to panic. Then, as if things had not gotten bad enough already,
Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
What? What's happening? What did that thing say? That didn't sound good.
my brother Aoi swallowed hard and answered,
I think it means this room is gonna burn.
Burn!
The plaque on the door says incinerator, and that voice said that the incineration is about to start. And incinerate means to burn.
No! Help me!
Abject terror filled the room as everyone began to scream and cry. Every pair of eyes were filled with despair. Then, high up on the wall, a door opened, and a man appeared. He was a huge, frightening mountain of a man, as large as a bear. 9 years later, we would call him 7.
Don't worry, kids, I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you.
The rest happened just as 7 had said it did. The 4 of us who had stayed behind were saved by 7. We crawled through the vent away from the incinerator and slid down to the hall. We came out on the other side of the door 9. On the wall opposite the door was a set of double doors. We went through those and began to run up the spiral stairs. As we ran, I led the way. Behind me were Nona, my brother Aoi, Snake, and 7. The other children, the ones who'd gone through door 9 before us, were up ahead. I could hear them cheering each other on. We ran and ran and ran. We leapt across as many stairs as we could and kept running. The stairs spiraled upward like a tornado. Eventually, I pulled ahead of the rest. Perhaps Nona had slowed them down. I didn't want to lose them, so I slowed down as well. I didn't stop, but I glanced over my shoulder from time to time to see if they had caught up. That was when I realized.
Oh no, where is it? Did I drop Jumpy's present?
I knew I had it with me when we passed through the vent. Then, had I dropped it as we slid out? I had to go back. I had to. But I knew I couldn't tell the others. They would stop me, I was sure of that. I didn't stop to think. I simply moved. I ran to the central hall, the room that connected to all the other areas of the ship. I hid in the shadows. Moments later, I felt a rush of wind as they ran past me, up the staircase. I waited until they were out of sight, and then I ran. I moved as quietly as I could, down and down and down. Finally, I reached the bottom deck. I ran into the hallway and looked around frantically.
There it is!
It was just where I thought it would be, sitting under the opening of the vent. I ran over and snatched it from the floor, but as I ran back towards the stairs in freedom, the door to the incinerator opened, and a man stepped out. It was Hongo. Kotaro Hongo. 9 years later, we would call him Ace.
Ah, how wonderful to see you decided to come back.
His smile made my blood run cold. It looked mechanical, as if someone had simply pulled up the corners of his mouth.
Come with me. We must continue the experiment.
I shook my head, eyes wide. Slowly, I began to walk backwards. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. Then I spun around and broke into a run. I felt Hongo's hand close over my left wrist.
I said, come with me.
There was an edge of insanity to his voice now. I pulled as hard as I could.
No! Stop! Let go of me! Let go!
I shook my body and flailed my arms, trying desperately to get Hongo to let go of me. But I was still only a child. I was no match for a man like Hongo.
Stop struggling, goddammit! Do as I tell you!
He heaved on my arm, trying to pull me into the incinerator. I screamed.
Help me! Somebody help me!
Then suddenly,
Akane!
the door to the stairs flew open, and my brother Aoi burst out of it. Behind him came Seven and Snake.
Akane!
He cried my name again as he leapt towards Hongo.
You came back!
I cried out. Then,
Ah! You're too late, idiot!
Hongo threw his full weight against my arm, pulling us both into the incinerator.
Ah!
The force of it threw me to the floor. I scrambled to my feet and looked toward the open number 9 door. Hongo stood between it and me, but behind him I could see my brother, his fists clenched. But those fists never reached Hongo. With a cold, heartless screech of metal on metal, the door slammed shut. Hongo glanced at me mechanically, his face registering that there was an object there, but not anything he would consider a human being. Then he turned away and walked to the red that sat next to the door. He reached into his pocket and removed 2 bracelets. He waved them both over the scanner panel. 2 asterisks appeared on the red. He checked the screen, then tossed the bracelets carelessly onto the floor. What was he doing? What was the point? He made no effort to explain himself, of course. He said nothing at all and walked past me as though I were nothing more than a rock by the roadside. A few moments later, 2 other doors slid shut as well. Faintly, I could hear someone pounding on the door behind me. I turned around and ran toward the door with the 9.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
I could hear a voice from the other side of the door. A worried, frightened voice.
Help me!
My throat was already raw, but I screamed as loud as I could. My voice echoed lonely around the empty room.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here!
Where's Hongo?
He went out the other door!
What?
Then it started again.
Warning, warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Incineration will begin in
So now it's Junpei vision.
18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately.
Holy shit. Man, I knew what it was gonna say, but that is one hell of a creepy voice.
I knew it!
It's starting.
Santa started the incinerator.
Fuck! Man, I never thought I'd hear that damn voice again after 9 years.
What the hell? What the hell? What in God's name are you talking about?
Lotus doesn't know anything.
It's 9 years this and 9 years that, and when it's not 9 years something, then you're talking about some sort of fucking experiments. You aren't making any sense.
I'm sorry, Lotus, but we really don't have time to explain it right now. I promise. I'll tell you everything once we get out of here.
But
Incineration will begin in 17 minutes.
You know what that means, right? Incinerate means burn!
Yeah, the one thing in the universe Lotus doesn't know. She's a fount of knowledge otherwise.
what kind of idiot do you think I am? I know what incinerate means.
Well,
God damn it! Okay, fine. I won't ask anything else. Talk about whatever you want. But you have to do something for me. 7, figure this out.
What? Why me?
Just shut up and stop this thing.
How the hell?
There has to be some sort of emergency shut-off button.
There isn't anything like that.
How the hell do you know?
Because I looked for it 9 years ago.
Yeah, Lotus isn't happy about that. 9 years this, 9 years that. Can't really blame her. Wait. The floor, it's moving. Oh, awesome, a karaoke machine. To live out our last moments. What else can I say about it but...
What the hell is that?
What is that?
What else could I say? The floor opened and a machine rose out of it. It looked like a computer. At least, it kind of did. There was a monitor, a keyboard, and a cross-shaped device of some kind. Something about the machine scared me, but I forced myself to walk up to it. I was terrified. Tears poured down my face. I wiped them off, even as more took their place, and forced myself forward. Finally, I reached it. I looked at the screen. It was blank. All I saw was my own frightened face staring back at me from the glass, drenched in tears. All I can see on the screen is a reflection of my own face. I'm looking kind of freaked out. I know I'm sweating like crazy, but seeing it kind of drives it home. Okay, Junpei, just calm down, alright? Everything's gonna be okay. Ah, man, I wish that thing would just shut up.
Incineration will begin in 15 minutes.
Alright, back to this thing. If it's only showing up now, then it's gotta be important. But what the hell am I supposed to do with it? Huh.
Hey, move!
Yeah, hey, we're all tense, lady. That doesn't mean you get to shove people around.
Okay, it's turned on. There's nothing on the screen, though. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. If there's nothing on here, how are we supposed to do anything with it?
Sure, I'll just push buttons. I'm sure that will... Huh? Well, at least it's on now. What's on the screen, though?
What is this?
What's up?
It looks like some sort of puzzle.
It's got a bunch of numbers and letters scattered across a 5x5 grid. The numbers range from 1 to 8.
Do you think that if we solve this puzzle...
The incinerator will stop? Yeah. Well, we can hope, right?
Alright, puzzle, how do you work? Oh man, that goddamn voice again.
Incineration will begin in 13 minutes.
Shit, 13 minutes. Can we really do this? My heart feels like it's gonna pop. My heart was pounding like it was about to explode. I stared at the puzzle on the screen. I was sure I had to solve it somehow, but I had no idea how. My connection to Jumpy had been gone for a while. His mind was gone. I couldn't get any more information from him. I felt the seconds tick by as I stared at the screen, completely lost. My cheeks felt hot as tears poured over them. Then I heard a voice.
Hey, what are you doing?
It was muffled. I turned around. Pressed against the window in the entry door was a face. A frightening, evil face. It was Hongo. How long had he been watching me?
Oh, don't know what to do.
He was yelling, but his voice was still muffled.
It's simple, really. But I suppose I might as well tell you. Just solve the puzzle on that machine.
His laughter was muffled by the door, but it still tore at my heart like the claws of a vicious monster. I bit my lip and glared at Hongo, struggling to hold back hot tears.
You're a terrible person! I hate you!
Oh my! How could you call a gentleman such as myself a terrible person? That's not very nice. I'm quite fair. I don't use tricks or play dirty. You see? I've even left you a way out.
A way out?
Didn't you hear me? All you have to do is solve that puzzle. Do that, and you can stop the incinerator.
Hey, Kuokos, welcome back to the stream. What a good time to come back.
What's the point of stopping it? You'll only capture me and make me do this all again. I'm not going to listen to you. If you're just going to throw me back in here, I might as well just die now.
My goodness, haven't you listened to anything I've said? I told you, I'm a fair man.
Huh?
If you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will in turn activate. If this experiment is to deliver valid results, there must be a chance of success. If you succeed, you will escape.
The verification function of the red?
Then I remembered. Before Hongo left the room, he had scanned 2 bracelets into the red.
Ah, so you do remember. Right now there are 2 numbers in the red. The first is 1, and the second is 3. Say, Akane, what's your number?
I looked down at my left hand. The face on my bracelet showed a 5. 1 plus 3 plus 5 is 9. I ran to the door with the 9 on it. I grabbed the red and put my hand against the scanner panel.
You really aren't one for listening, are you?
Lace! Welcome to the stream! Thank you so much for stopping by. Hey, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. Gonna give you a shout out. Oh, thanks for the stretch redeem. How are you doing? How's your stream? You were playing Star Ocean 6. Did you get to the end of the game? I hope you're enjoying it. We're playing Zeroscape 999, and we are right at the very end of the game. So if you are at all interested in playing this game, you should probably look away right now before you get spoiled to heck and back. You finished Star Ocean 6? Oh, that's awesome. I hope you enjoyed it. Yes, we're just about to finish up this game. We're like right at the finish line. And I know you might have been interested in this series, question mark? So, yeah. You guys should go check out Lace when you get a chance. He plays a lot of cool games, similar games to me, so he's a really cool streamer. Go check him out. Yeah, look away then. I don't want to spoil you. Thank you so much for the raid, though. I really appreciate it. I hear Hongo's muffled voice from across the room.
I've already told you, didn't I? Once you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will activate. In other words, if you haven't solved the puzzle, you can't enter your number. What kind of fool are you?
Why are you doing this?
You could never understand. You don't know what it's like to spend every day surrounded by monkeys. Now start the experiment. Solve the puzzle.
I can't! I don't know how!
Of course you don't. Isn't that the point? You understand, don't you? Access the morphogenetic field and find the solution.
I can't!
Then you'll die. You'll burn alive. It's gonna be quite hot in there in a few minutes. I imagine it will be very painful.
His horrible laugh echoed across the room, and even after his face disappeared from the window, I could hear it.
Incineration will begin in 10 minutes.
I was crying. Great gulping sobs broken by hiccups that shook my body. I was terrified. I could feel my fear pressing down on me like a tremendous weight. Somehow, I forced my shaking legs to carry me back to the device. I stared at the monitor.
I can't. I just can't. There's no way. I can't figure this out.
What was I going to do? I didn't know. I didn't even know where to start. Fear scattered my thoughts, and all I could think of was how I was going to die. My palms were sweating, and my blood was boiling in my veins. It was hot. So hot. I couldn't breathe. I felt dizzy. My heart roared in my chest as if it would pound itself to pieces. I reached into my pocket. I wrapped my hand around the thing I'd come back to get. The doll Jumpy had given me. At least, I had that. I held it tight with both hands and prayed.
Help me! Jumpy! Help me! Help me! Help me! Jumpy! 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 Please! Help me! Jumpy!
Akane?
Akane?
Who the hell is Akane?
Shut up! Just shut the hell up!
Seven and Lotus don't understand. I think Clover and Snake have an idea, though. Clover's looking at me, and I think Snake may have figured it out. No, it doesn't matter. They're in my way. Where'd she go? Maybe over here.
Akane! Akane! Can you hear me? Akane! Say something!
Fuck. Did something break our connection? I swear, I just heard her. Shit.
Akane! Answer me! Akane!
Jumpy?
I spun around. I heard a voice. His voice. I looked around. He wasn't in the room, of course. But I'd heard it so clearly. Like he was right there.
Jumpy!
I screamed as loud as I could.
Akane!
That's her. She's there. Then that means...
Akane! Akane!
Oh, for some reason I'm not narrating this anymore. Are you in an incinerator right now?
Yes, I am! How did you know?
I couldn't believe that he knew that. Now I understand what Santa meant.
Right. There's only one way to help her.
Hey, Jason, thank you so much for following. Thanks for being a Froggy friend. Welcome to the stream. You're sorry, but her saying jumpy kills the mood a bit, I guess. Hey, CV, welcome to the stream. Thanks for coming by.
You were brought here to help my sister, to save Akane.
I think I get it now.
Incineration will begin in 7 minutes.
Great, we wasted so much time.
Jumpy, we don't have time!
As quickly as I could, I told him that I had to solve the puzzle in order to stop the incinerator.
Got it!
And I do. I get everything now. At last, I finally understand what all of this means. I know why the Nonary game was held today. I know why we were kidnapped and brought here. It was all for this moment. All of this was planned out to lead to this one moment. Oh my god. This is insane. I can't believe it, but there's only one possible answer. June is... Zero is... Akane Kurashiki. She recreated the history of the future that she had a glimpse of 9 years ago. She tried to save herself that way 9 years ago. No, she's trying to save herself right now. That means that there's only one thing for me to do. Even if this is all some sort of insane plan, I will save her. I will save Akane Kurashiki. I must save her, no matter what.
Incineration will begin in 6 minutes.
The voice reminded me of how much time I have left.
Yeah, I know. Just hang on, alright? I promise I'll get you out of there.
Thanks for summoning Kirby, Celeste.
I'm not gonna let you die. I promise.
Kirby must watch.
So don't worry, alright? Just give me a few minutes, okay?
Okay.
My voice shook as I answered. It was hot in the room. Well, thanks for the Kirby lip sync, Aru. It felt like my heart was on fire. 6 minutes or not, my heart burned with my feelings for him. Alright, time to get to work, Junpei. Is Snake talking to them about something? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Get out of my way.
Hey, what are you...
Just trust me, okay?
Sorry, Lotus, I didn't mean to snap, but there's a lot more at stake here than your pride. I'll apologize later, alright? Now, let's have a look at this thing. We've got numbers all over this grid. I think the panels are out of order. So I just need to switch these out? Staring at it isn't going to accomplish anything. I'll just have to try it.
Just think of what I did all those times before. I'm gonna do this on my own, with my own mind. I'm gonna solve this problem.
Well, thanks for the sleeveless redeem, Psycho Reaper. Oh, and thanks for the stretch, CB. Okay, so thing about this puzzle, first of all, this is different than the original DS puzzle. So, in the DS version of the original game, of course it was on the DS, right? So it's touchscreen. So you have two screens, and your puzzle was on one screen, and then your keyboard was on the bottom screen where you input your numbers. And in the keyboard, I kind of wish they did that here. In the keyboard, you could see the reflection of Akane crying, child Akane crying into the screen on your bottom screen of your DS as you inputted the numbers, and you heard this music, and it was so powerful. They also changed the puzzle. In the original DS game, this puzzle was a Sudoku puzzle. It was straight up just a Sudoku puzzle. People joke all the time about how the final boss of 999 was a Sudoku puzzle this whole time. So I guess they took that feedback, and then for the iOS version of the game, they changed the puzzle to this, and then now the new versions of the game all have this puzzle, so it's different. So when I first played this game, like I told you, right? I stayed up super late at night playing it because I needed to know what happened. And I stayed up super late and I got the knife ending and I was so disappointed. So then of course the next day I stayed up all night doing the safe ending after I came back from classes. And you saw from the other stream, that's a lengthy ending too. So I was up late doing that safe ending. So of course I finished it and I was like, oh no, I need to go to bed. So I went to bed, and then the next day I was like, okay, I need to get the true ending. So I went for the true ending, and of course it was so late at night because I had never done any of the puzzles through the entire 4-7-1 route before. Like there was no flowchart. I had to start from the beginning. I'd never done those rooms before. So I was doing the rooms normally, but then by the time I got to the library, it was like well past midnight. So I was like, I need to do this. So I was like, I looked up a guide, and thank goodness someone already had a guide up. So I followed a guide for the library and for the study, which I kind of regret because I didn't actually get to experience doing the puzzles there because I was just like, no, I need to go to sleep. And of course, when I got to the Sudoku puzzle, you guys see it, it's been 2 hours since we entered the library. Like, these cutscenes have been long, so I was so tired. So I was like, I'm not doing a Sudoku puzzle at like 3 or 4 a.m. So I just looked up the solution and I typed it in. Okay, let's have a look at this. So the letters must be hexadecimal. So, oh, that number must be fixed. Oh, okay, so it's a swappy. Wait, oh, I swapped them with the ones down here. Aha. Is this like a Sudoku? Yeah, staying up late and be like, oh, were you up late because of midterms? I'm like, no, I was up late because of 999. This game that no one else had ever heard of in my entire friend group. Oh. When I press hint, numbers appeared in the empty spots on the grid. They're all single digits. I get the feeling the numbers change when I switch out the yellow squares. The square at the bottom, why does it stay blank when I press hint? Yeah, how can you do puzzles with this song on? Oh, don't worry. When we play Zero Escape 2 and 3, it's gonna hit you harder than this. I don't even really feel like doing this puzzle. It is getting late here too. So if I switch to 3 for... Oh, okay. Okay, I think I get it. But also, I don't have time for this. It's past midnight again. Oh great, I forgot. This guide I'm looking at is the old version of the game. It still has the Sudoku puzzle. That's not what I need. Aha, here, a 2018 version. Oh great, this is entirely a text guide. Okay. Wait, this one still has the Sudoku too. No, I need the new version. I misunderstood this. Okay, no. I thought that I was trying to... Yeah, history's repeating itself here. I get it now. Oh, I get it. I get it. I like this puzzle. This puzzle is kind of cool. Yeah, this is Kiro's version of Zero Escape. Oh, you're trying to spell the word password at the bottom. It wasn't about adding up the numbers or multiplying. I thought they were about like hex. Because remember in the study we had that puzzle where it was like almost like a Sudoku with the letters represented hexadecimal numbers. And then the password is 9.
Yes, that's it. Akane, did you get it?
Yes, I did! I solved it! I mean, really, you solved it for me, but I copied everything you did! Now I just have to press enter!
Then what the hell are you waiting for? Push it!
Push it!
Okay, I will!
I hit the enter key.
Emergency shutdown command has been confirmed.
Yeah, so apparently in this game, the morphogenetic field, like, is all-encompassing. It's like all the knowledge, and you can connect through people in space-time for it.
Incineration system has been disabled.
Yes, thank you for not spoiling the puzzle. I knew that it was a different one than the Sudoku, but I didn't know what the solution was right away. It was neat, but again, past midnight, man. Oh man, this music really hits you in the gut.
Jumpy! It worked! It worked! The incinerator shut down! It worked!
So, also, I want to note that this is kind of interesting too, is that, you know, throughout the entire game, June has been having these fevers, right? She's having fevers because of this freaking incinerator. She's not having fevers because she actually has a fever. She's having fevers because in each of those timelines, the timeline's starting to diverge from the true ending, and she's gonna be burned alive. That's why. That's why at the end of the safe ending, her body disappears with no warning. Although I have to say, having replayed this game now, it's so weird when you're in the engine room, you're with Akane, and then Santa tells you the story about his sister. And then Akane tries to joke about it, and he's not having any of it. But considering that she is his sister, it's just weird. Like, that scene doesn't make as much sense now. Tears rolled down my face as I cried out to him, but they were a very different sort of tears. A wonderful feeling of accomplishment and relief flooded my body. At the same time, what strength I had left disappeared and I collapsed onto the floor. For a while, I just lay there, laughing and crying and enjoying being alive. Every time I thought about him, I thought my heart would burst. Whew. I can't quite believe I did that. I'm so glad. So glad. I feel like my heart's on fire. No, I don't have time to be thinking about that kind of shit. I need to tell Akane.
Akane! Sorry, but things are kind of busy over here. I'm gonna have to hang up now, okay?
I'm gonna have to hang up.
Oh, of course, that's fine!
I wiped the tears from my eyes and nodded vigorously, even though I knew he couldn't see me. I would see him again in 9 years when I kidnap him. Then I looked over at the corner of the floor. There were the 2 bracelets Hongo had left behind. Yeah, no, you say goodbye first. No, you say goodbye first.
Now.
Well, Seven and Lotus don't look particularly happy with me. Not a very nice look to give to someone who just saved your lives, guys.
Junpei, are you...
Okay.
Shut it.
Right. Okay, so maybe they have a reason to be pissed off. So what if I hadn't pressed the enter key yet? Alright, nothing holding me back now. Here goes. Wait.
Incineration will begin in 90 seconds.
It doesn't sound like it's stopping.
What the shit? Why isn't it stopping?
Okay, maybe I didn't hit the key hard enough. Just hit it again. And again. And again. Okay, that's not working either. The alarm's still going off. What the hell is going on? I've got all the right numbers in the right boxes. It's perfect. So why the fuck isn't this thing stopping? I was about to say, his sentence doesn't really make as much sense since it's not a Sudoku, but I guess technically it does still kind of hold true.
Incineration will begin in 60 seconds.
Wait, of course. That's what the numbers that showed up after the puzzle meant. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8. Snake, Clover, me, 7, and Lotus. Then... door 9. No, that's it! The number of the door isn't a 9? It's not even a number.
It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that...
Holy shit. Of course. Then we just have to put the right number into the red and...
Incineration will begin in 30 seconds.
Run, guys! Get to the door! Run!
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Don't have much time. Man, I sure hope they can just trust me on this one, or we're all fucked. Alright, no time to explain, just go!
Quick! Verify your numbers on the red!
Verify?
Who?
What combination?
All of us! We all need to verify!
Why?
You really think this is a good time to ask questions? Just do it!
Hurry, 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 hurry!
Incineration will begin in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
Cutting it close, guys!
2. Central gate has been opened. Incineration system has been disabled.
Oh man, imagine if they had to actually wait for the door to open, they'd still be burnt. Oh, thank fucking Christ. No, no time to be happy, time to go.
Hurry! We've only got 9 seconds before the door closes. Go, go, go!
I feel like this is the stream where I probably like swore the most. I usually don't swear. Come on, guys, move it. I blame Junpei. Okay, they're all through. Move it, Junpei. Just in time. And there goes the door. Nope, don't calm down yet. You're not done. We still gotta find the dead. Yes, let's all just take turns panting.
Shit. Looks like we made it, huh?
Man, that guy sure can laugh when he wants to. Looks like Clover and Lotus are totally out of energy. Snake is shaking his head wearily. I just want to take a nap, but...
Akane? Akane! Can you hear me? Akane!
I want to tell her we made it. I want to tell her how good I feel. But nothing. The door opened. Standing in front of it was my brother.
Akane!
Oi!
Oh, thanks for the throw. I cried his name, even though my voice was almost gone from screaming, and leapt into his arms.
Oh, oi!
Akane!
I buried my face in his chest and cried again. I cried and cried and cried. The steady thump of his heart in my ear made me feel like I was home. Its beat was almost like a lullaby. I wrapped my arms around him, as far as they would go, and held him as tight as I could. Just to be there felt like a miracle. I hadn't felt the warmth of another human body in what had seemed like an eternity. I just wanted to stay here in his arms forever, but I couldn't. The moment I'd passed through the door, my bracelets had begun to count down to death. I leapt away from him and looked around. The door had already closed. I spotted the dead only a short distance away. It took me only a moment to get to it and scan all the bracelets. I left the ones Hongo had dropped on the scanner panel. That was it. I took a deep breath and looked around again. The huge detective who we'd call 7 in 9 years, and Snake, the blind boy, were looking at me. They seemed to have been utterly stunned by my sudden appearance. Their eyes were wide and their mouths hung open.
Alright, let's get out of here. If we don't book it, we might run into Hongo again.
I was right. It was time we got moving. The mention of Hongo seemed to jar 7 and Snake out of their surprise, and they nodded. We took off running up the spiraling stairs to freedom. Time for more running. But if they can get us out of here, no wonder we're running so hard. My heart's beating so hard I could barely hear. God, I can't wait to breathe real air again. Huh? Is 7 talking?
Hey, Junpei, can I ask you something?
What's up?
That door, the one with the 9 on it. Why'd it open?
Yeah, all 5 of us verified our numbers on the red. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 is 26. That makes our digital route 8. It shouldn't have opened.
That's not like you, Lotus. I thought you would have figured it out already.
Huh? Why?
Because you were the person who taught me about the idea of bases.
Bases?
Yeah. What are the 2 numbers in base 2?
0 and 1.
How about base 10?
That goes from 0 to 9, right?
Then how about base 16?
0 through F. After 9, it starts at A and goes from there. B, C, D, etc.
You're right. In other words, A in base 16 is 10 in base 10. B is 11, C is 12.
Okay, we don't need a lesson on this again. We've done
so
like 5 puzzles with hexadecimal bases.
So, what about it?
You don't get it?
No, you idiot, 7, you don't get it?
What if we keep going with that pattern? What if you go way past base 16 all the way to base 27?
Base 27?
Yeah.
Well, the numerical digits are the same. So, I guess you'd add alphabetical digits. E is 14, F is 15, G is 16.
H is 17, I is 18, J is 19.
K is 20, L is 21, M is 22.
N is 23, O is 24, P is 25.
Yeah, and? What comes after that?
Q.
26!
And what does that mean?
There wasn't a 9 on the door.
It was a Q! A fucking lowercase Q!
Dun dun dun! Kind of like how the 0 bracelet was actually number 6 because it was actually a letter O. See, again, this game, I tell you, this game! All their number play.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess to put it another way, you could say that it was a 9 in base 10, but a Q in base 27.
Time for more running. God, my thighs are killing me. I swear, any moment now I'm gonna tear a muscle. I feel like every single cell of my body is dying for air. Damn, every breath I take is a chore now. Yeah, meanwhile, Snake is blind here running up the stairs. I feel like my lungs are gonna burst. Maybe just a short rest. No, can't stop. Don't have time. Come on, legs. There can't be many more of these steps left. Let's run. Run. Like a bullet down a rifled barrel. Like a tornado cutting through a sea of clouds. I feel like we're running along the back of a giant coiled dragon. Finally. Jeez, I can't breathe. I can barely breathe. No, Junpei, no time to rest. Pull yourself together. You're almost there.
All right, I'm gonna open it.
Yeah.
Yes, we're finally here!
Please do.
Sure, you look a big heavy door, but you're the only thing standing between me and my freedom. But even more important than that, you're the only thing standing between me and Akane. You're gonna open, and you're gonna open now. You show that door, Junpei. I felt a hand on my shoulder. It was Aoi's. He gave it a small, reassuring squeeze. I was so happy I felt like I could melt. My heart was at peace. Not only because my brother and I were back together again. Thanks to the huge detective, all 9 of us who had been kidnapped. Finally able to escape from the gigantic. On the distant horizon, we could see the faint outline of the ship as it sank. It gave a thunderous roar as it finally slipped beneath the waves. Its last cry echoed out across the ocean, and it was gone.
It's over.
Oh, thanks for summoning Kirby. Aoi whispered.
Yeah.
And then I turned to my brother and said, hey, do you want to do crime in 9 years? Because we kind of have to now. It was over. It was finally over. Or was it? Was it really? No, that was wrong. That wasn't it at all. I was sure of it. This wasn't the end. It was only the beginning. This was only a prologue to what would happen in 9 years. Yes, finally, air! Ah. Yeah, that sun is bright. I could barely see anything. Huh? I gotta admit, this doesn't look quite like... Wait.
No way.
You've gotta be shitting me.
What?
It can't be.
This is...
Surprise!
This is the building in the Nevada desert.
the mock experiment building.
Oh my god. This whole time we were in Building Q.
Q as in 9, Q as in 26, Q as in... yeah. Sure enough, that's a desert out there, with mountains and all around it. Oh hey, welcome, thank you so much for the raid. Hey, Hunter Hero! Welcome, thank you so much for coming by. Hey, Runevein. Hunter Hero, CC. Thank you so much for coming by. Hey, thanks for following me, thanks for being a froggy friend. Hope you had a good stream, I really appreciate you coming by. Let me give you a shout out. Hunter Hero. Welcome, thank you so much. Hope you had a good stream. You guys should go check out Hunter Hero when you get time as well. Hey, T-Zone Savage. Welcome. Hope you had a good stream. Hope you had fun. Thank you so much for entrusting me with your audience. I really appreciate it. And everyone else, go check out Hunter Hero as well. Oh, thanks for redeeming the fun frog pack, CV. Yes, we'll do the fun frog pack. Yeah, so... oh yeah, we're playing 999, and if you haven't played it, we are like just wrapping up. So if you are wary of spoilers, please turn away now. I'm sorry, but thank you. Let's do fun frog fact. Since you redeemed it, let's take up my fun frog facts. It's been a while since I've done one of these. Hey, Yasu! Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much. So, let's do this one. One of the ways you can tell a male frog from a female frog is by looking at their ears. Now, a frog doesn't have regular ears like we do. A frog has what we call a tympanum. It's located just behind their eye. It's kind of like a little hole type of thing behind their eye. If the frog's tympanum is larger than the frog's eyes, it's male. If the frog's tympanum is smaller, it's female. So that's how you can tell the difference between a male frog and a female frog, is by looking at their ears or their tympanums and their size and compare them to their eyes. Isn't that neat? Thank you so much for coming by. Okay, let's continue the last section of this game. We're almost there. Have I played the Nonary Games? Yeah, I've played all the games before. We're replaying this one because it's been like 10 years since I played this game, and a lot of people have not played these games, so I want to share it with more people. Hello there, son. Boy, am I ever glad to see you. I don't think I've ever been so happy to see a sunrise. Huh? Did I just hear something fall? Right, our bracelets. I guess I've never really gotten a good look at the underside of one of these. Let's see what's inside you. Just a little electronic chip, like an ATM card. That's it. There's nothing else. Nothing that even looks like a detonator. There was never a detonator to begin with. Figures.
Akane.
Jumpy.
Huh. Guess I must be pretty crazy about the girl if I think I'm hearing her voice in the wind. There's that music again. Were the detonators legit in the other timelines? Not for our main heroes. The detonators were real for the 9th man, and they were real in Akane's time. There's still more after these credits though, so I won't say everything until after the credits, because there's a lot I want to say, like usual. Yeah, if you want to avoid spoilers, you should turn away from the stream right now. Because I will talk a lot once these credits roll. And it's so nice that this version has the voice acting too, because again, the original DS one did not have voice acting. One of the reasons why I was hesitant to play this game on stream too was because if there was still no voice acting, that means I'd have to read everything. And we're already doing Umaneko, and that's so hard on the voice after many hours.
Are you okay?
Oh, come on. This is nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't look okay.
It was just before the end of elementary school. Jumpy and I were sitting next to each other on a small hill, looking down at the town as the sun slowly set.
How does it look then?
He was half serious and half joking. I thought about it for a minute first.
Well, let's see. It looks like you kissed a toad and got warts, but then they just kept growing and growing and growing.
That's not true, you can't get warts from a toad like that.
What does that even mean?
Junpei grinned and...
Ow, 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 ow.
See? I told you you're not okay. You're too reckless. You can't beat 5 8th graders, Jumpy. That's crazy.
Took on 5 8th graders?
Yeah, but I couldn't just stand there. I mean, don't you think so? I had to do something.
Look at the Nevada desert go past. For an SUV, this thing has a pretty smooth ride. Sure was nice of someone to leave it for us outside the building, keys in the ignition and gas in the tank. Almost like it was a present, you know? Anyway, we jumped in and now here we are, screaming across the desert. Lotus is over there in the passenger seat. Snake and Seven and I are all squeezed into the back seat here. I still can't believe we let her drive.
Woohoo! This is so fun! This is so awesome! Driving is so great when there's nothing around, and there's no speed limit.
Great, we're all gonna die now after the Nonary Games have ended because of Clover.
Hey, Clover, watch those bumps, alright? This car jumps even a little, and I think I'm gonna get crushed to death.
Hey, shut it. I can't help if I'm big, alright? Suck it up.
Why don't you drive, Seven?
I'm a cop. I ain't gonna break the law.
I'm just gonna let Clover break the law.
He doesn't have an international license.
Yeah, but you could have sat in the passenger seat.
Oh, hell no. There's no way I'm giving this seat up.
Yeah, let Snake drive.
And Clover, there's no need to slow down. The car Santa and June are in should be somewhere down this road ahead of us.
Yeah, I saw some fresh tire tracks going out. There's no doubt about it.
Then we've got to hurry if we want to catch them, don't we?
Sure thing.
Oh shit. God damn it, she doesn't have to drive so fast. Man, I didn't even think a car like this could go this fast. For sure throwing up a lot of dust. It was a couple hours after we ran into the junior high students. They'd been hiding in the bushes on the back of one of the hills, drenching a kid in gasoline. Oh Jesus. The moment we saw what they were doing, Jumpy ran up to them, furious.
Hey! What the hell are you doing?
Then he jumped on them. That's where he got his name, Jumpy. He quickly scooped up the kitten and tossed it to me. I caught it and ran for the police station as fast as I could.
Help me! Officer, please! You have to come with me!
The policeman and I headed back to the hill. All we found was Jumpy, sprawled on the ground with a face covered in big swelling lumps.
You couldn't run away after you threw the kitty to me?
I asked him. He stuck his tongue out through the hole in his mouth where a tooth had fallen out.
Yeah, I guess I could've...
Then why didn't you?
I didn't want to. I wanted to beat him up. Beat him up real good.
Because of what they were doing to the kitty.
Yeah, that too, but they were the ones behind those murders our first semester, remember?
Oh, you mean the bunnies?
Yeah, the bunnies.
He plucked some grass from the ground and tossed it into the wind.
They asked me what elementary school I was from, so I told them. And then they said they'd do the same thing to you that they did to the rabbits.
Oh, jeezums, these kids are awful.
I couldn't forgive them for that, so I...
Joke's on you, Hongo got to her first.
Hey, there's still some stuff I don't get.
Of course, they probably don't know any more than I do.
Like Ace. Well, I guess I should say Kotaro Hongo. Why did he create the Nonary project? Anybody? Any ideas?
Why don't you ask him yourself?
Well, I think we can kind of guess. Oh yeah, well yes, I guess I could.
He's still in the trunk, I assume?
Yeah, he is. Still tied up, I'm assuming, with his mouth taped shut. His eyes just look empty. No emotion. It looks like he's just given up. I wonder if he even cares what happens to him anymore.
Hey, were you listening to us?
Yeah, go ahead and try to pretend you weren't, you old bastard. Let's get that tape off your mouth.
Come on, I know you were. Answer me.
You can at least look at me when you talk, man.
I only wanted to see the faces. Human faces. I thought if I could gain the ability to access the morphic field set, then perhaps I could see faces. By peering into people's minds, you could understand how they were processing the expressions of others.
That's it?
Yes, if you want to put it simply. But if you are looking for a more philosophical answer, I can supply that as well. You see, the human collective consciousness...
Yeah, you can shut up now. I think that's enough out of you, pal. Time for the tape to go back on.
All right, so what's your second question?
You said there were some things you didn't get, didn't you?
Well, somebody's a little nosy.
Well, my next question doesn't really have anything to do with you two. This is for you, Seven. It's about the whole Alice thing. What's the deal with that?
Well, see, 9 years ago, after I escaped from the Gigantic, I kept going after Hongo on my own, hoping to catch him when he finally slipped up. And during the course of my investigations, I learned a lot more about the Gigantic. I also found out about Bourdain and Alice.
You're not really answering my question. Was there actually a girl who wouldn't melt at room temperature?
Sounds like Hongo has something to say. Alright, fine, I'll let you talk, but you gotta behave.
What?
Alice doesn't exist. 9 years ago, I found Alice's coffin behind the library on the bottom deck. There was nothing in it but the root of a peculiar plant. My research determined that it was a member of the genus Madrigal, of the family Solanaceae. I was able to extract a particular alkaloid from it. I used that extract to create Soparu. Its creation was a tremendous boon to my firm, and we grew rapidly.
Shit, this is gonna go on forever. Tape's gonna go back on, Hongo. The rest of my questions can wait a bit. For now, I think I'll just enjoy the ride.
Here, this is for you.
What's this?
This is a for you doll. His name is Junpei.
Jumpy pulled something out of his pocket and shoved out his arm toward me. In his hand was a doll made of yarn small enough to fit in his palm.
Jumpy, are you sure it's, for you, doll?
Huh? Yeah, the lady at the shop said so that means it's for you, right?
Are you sure it's not a voodoo doll?
Wait, what? That's... Oh, man. Oh, man.
Well, it sure looks like a voodoo doll. I mean, you do know what a voodoo doll is used for, right?
Yeah, I guess calling it Junpei isn't a very good idea then.
Why are you giving me this anyway? It just seems really sudden.
You know how after June, we aren't going to get to see each other too much? I mean, we're going to be in different schools, and I just thought I'd,
Oh, okay, well, how about we call it June, then?
Okay. So, I wanted to give you this.
You sound like some sort of tribal chief in a bad movie.
Yes. I, head of tribe. This doll, traditional charm of tribe. So I give this. It me. So we always together.
Oh, Jumpy.
If something bad, then hold and pray. I go wherever you are. So here, take.
You wish your voice was this deep in elementary school. Also, I'm gonna recognize that this game is old, and maybe this joke that this bit Jinpei's going for here probably didn't age very well. I reached my hand out and picked up the doll gently.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jumpy.
Before I knew it, I was crying. Tears streamed down my face and fell onto June's tiny yarn body.
Oh, Jumpy. I'll never forget you. I promise.
Jumpy looked straight into my eyes and said just 5 words.
I'll never forget you either.
The sky was a beautiful crimson red as it melted down toward the horizon. The last golden rays of sunlight stretched out across the city and painted themselves across the hills. We sat, bathed in the warm light of evening. Just the two of us, leaning gently against one another, shoulder to shoulder. The sun set, and we still didn't leave. We watched in silence as the darkness deepened, and one by one, the lights of the town began to flicker on. Hey, Jaredin, welcome to the stream! Yes, these are elementary school students. There's still one thing I don't get. To be honest, it's the biggest mystery as far as I'm concerned, and also the only one that's really important. It has to do with June and Akane. 9 years ago, she died in the incinerator on the Gigantic. She's still alive now, as June. But how? Was it because I tapped into the morphic field set and saved her 9 years ago? Alright, let's say that makes some kind of insane sense. If I did that, then how do I make sense of what Seven remembers? Snake makes sense. He's he's blind. He couldn't have seen her body anyway. But Seven, he said he was sure he saw it. Does that mean there's some kind of historical discrepancy? Or wait, maybe that's not it at all. There is one other logical explanation. Was what you told me the truth, Seven? You look satisfied. No way. He couldn't.
Hey, look! Over there! There's somebody next to the road.
See, this is what I think too, is that Seven probably accessed the morphogenetic field and got the image from another version of himself from another timeline. Or something like that. Because remember his head started throbbing when he tried to recall her body in the incinerator when he was confronted with that discrepancy and his head started to hurt? Anyways, I won't talk too much about that stuff because it's not like it's particularly answered in the other games, but it is something that you can surmise from what we learn from upcoming games.
Huh? What?
Hello! The burning gaze of the Nevada sun pounded down on her head. The desert around her rippled with heat. Standing there on that shimmery plain was a woman, her arm out and her thumb up. It would not be long before Junpei realized who she was. The end. Don't forget your towel. So, like I mentioned earlier, doing the true ending here, if you've done the safe ending, also unlocks the coffin ending. So, which again, the coffin ending's not a real ending. Oh. I could have sworn that in the original, I could be wrong though. I thought that the icon for the true ending was a picture of Zero, not a picture of June. Because this is much more spoilery, right? If someone else catches it by accident. See, it was deceptive, right? Because like the true ending looked like it only went up to here, but look at this freaking monster. No wonder it took us so long to do. So now we've cleared out everything. And here's the beginning of the game. Can I just go back to the title? I don't want to go through this. I want to talk about the game. You know. Oh, I don't... I want to... I want to go back to the title. I want to check something. There's one thing I want to check on the title screen. Right here, we'll do this. There we go. I want to see if something's here. Aha, here. So, remember when we got the safe ending? It shows this montage. Seek a way out, seek a door that carries a 9. It shows you a series of images, and it looks like just a montage of the game, but it gives you hints on the door order to get to the safe ending, to the true ending. Because if you see preview A, that means you did the safe ending, and then now you're ready for the true ending. So then you see this montage. If you get the coffin ending, so in other words, if you get to the true ending, but you have not done the safe ending, you see this montage instead. And like I said, it's not really an ending. You get to the coffin, they try to open it, and then Junpei realizes it needs a number, and then he realizes he doesn't know what that number is. And then the screen just goes, to be continued, and then it plays this. And it shows you the sequence of doors you need to get the safe ending, because you need the safe ending. I'm just going to play it here since we haven't seen it. So you can see the doors appearing here, show you the order to get the safe ending. I thought about whether I want to do the coffin ending on stream, and I'm glad I didn't, because honestly, it really doesn't have anything to it. And of course, there's the memories of the escape section, where you can go back through the different escape rooms and just kind of play them. I'm going to stay on this screen, because if I go back to the other screen, it's going to try playing the intro sequence on me. So, first of all, I want to say, there's still a few questions unanswered about this game, and I know. I implore you, do not, for the life of you, do not go Googling answers to the leftover cliffhangers from this game. Do not do that, because you will run across a treasure trove of spoilers for the second and third games. You will be completely spoiled for them. It's unavoidable. So don't even try, okay? Don't even try. I'll tell you, if you didn't figure it out, that lady at the end in the desert was, or appears to be, Alice. Which, again, the whole Alice plot in this game actually does not have anything to do with the main story. It's more like an extra mystery. I think, and I could be wrong about this, I think I read somewhere, they actually wanted there to be another subplot, and they just didn't have time or the way to slip it in. So they kind of kept the Alice stuff in there, but there wasn't really a resolution to it. However, it is mentioned in the next game, so we're not done with the Alice thing just yet. Now, when this game first came out, it was meant as a standalone game. So at the time when this game came out, they did not intend for it to be a trilogy. They did not intend for the second and the third games to come out. This game was like, it was kind of like it wasn't a hit, but it was like a cult classic. Like, a lot of people liked it. They got a lot of good critical reviews on it as well. So they eventually did make a sequel for it. And the sequel was not planned at the time of this game. I think they intentionally left the loose ends, like Alice and some other things, in case of a sequel, but I'm pretty sure they did not have the sequel written at the time. So we're going to be playing the second game in the future. I'm not going to play it right away, but we will be playing it. The second and third games are very closely tied together in terms of plot. They are connected to the first game. The first one is more like an introduction to this whole morphogenetic field idea. Characters from the first game do appear in the second game, but I'm not going to tell you who or what, because again, it will come up. Don't worry. But I like this game. It's really cool. I definitely think now that playing this Nonary Games edition of it, having the voice acting was nice, and having the flowchart was nice. Because again, the original game did not have a flowchart. You actually had to play through the entire game every single time and like fast forward through the story and replay the rooms just to get different routes, which is so annoying. Hey, Jaredin, thank you so much for following me. Thanks for being a Froggy friend. Welcome. I love the idea of the plot here, and I think one of the things that most intrigued me when I finished this game was the character of June, or Akane. I really wondered, like, what's her personality actually like? The fact that she planned all this out and she's actually Zero means that, like, she's very cunning and conniving, and, like, yeah, she did it for self-preservation, but it did lead to the death of those executives from the pharmaceutical company, even though that was more directly Ace's fault, but still. Like, so a lot of people find her a very divisive character in the series, because it's kind of like, well, do we cheer her on? Or is what she did bad? And it's like a little bit of both, right? It also kind of leads to the question, because when I played this game the second time, like the first time I was annoyed with all the flirting that she does, especially in the second class cabin. Apparently, the flirting does happen in the Japanese version, but it's not as like sexual innuendo. In the English version, they have a lot more of those like dirty jokes in there, which were not in the Japanese version, I know. So that was kind of changed. So I won't hold that against June. I don't think any of the dirty jokes or anything between her and Junpei were actually part of her character, but still, all the flirting was still part of her. So it kind of brings up the question, right? It's like, she likes Junpei. I mean, that's obvious, but what's her real personality? Was that all an act? Was she just trying to pretend to be this girl next door for Junpei? Was she just trying to appeal to him to become the girl that he thinks that she should be in order to get his affection, to kind of strengthen this, like, morphogenetic connection that they have, which they haven't seen each other in the last many years? Like, it kind of raises that question, right? What is Akane's real personality? And I think that's a fascinating question. And we will talk about that with the upcoming second and third game. So I'm not going to talk about that anymore. But I just find that so fascinating. Like, when I finished the game, I was like, okay, my questions are answered, but I still want more, because there's still like things that I want to know about, right? And again, I was surprised how long that true ending is. And like, this game wasn't that long. It's like under 20 hours. But the second and the third game are longer. The second game in particular, I remember being quite lengthy. I'm not sure if the third one is longer than the second one, but they do get longer than this because those games have many more endings, and every single permutation of every single choice does have a different ending, as opposed to this game, which only has 5 endings plus coffin ending. Which, again, I wish they had 9 endings, because I feel like it'd tie in better, but I can't see what they would do other than finding other ways for Junpei to get shanked by Ace at the end of the game, so... And I like the characters in this game. I was surprised because I wasn't really in love with any of their designs when I first... I like Santa's design, actually. And I really like Snake at the end. Especially after the safe ending, but the characters didn't really appeal to me at first, but the idea of the game story appealed to me. Now, one very interesting thing that... Actually, I need to look this up, is 999, the plot, is very similar to another visual novel, so it does get like a little bit of backlash about that from the writing standpoint, because it is I wonder if I can find it. Like, again, we've played the Somnium Files, right? And the writer for this game does implement a lot of real life conspiracy theories and like pseudoscience, which kind of makes the game much more fascinating and stuff, kind of like how then the Somnium Files, they had all the cults and stuff like that too. But this game had a plot that's actually very similar to another visual novel. I can't remember what it is. Was it this one? No, it wasn't. I don't want to dig too far because it just takes too much time. Whatever, I don't want to dig through all this now. But there's actually like a plot from another game for a visual novel, a much older one, about people being trapped on a ship and having to escape, that shares a lot of similarities with 999, and people did criticize it for taking a lot of those similarities that seem eerily a little bit too similar. But the second and the third game diverge a lot, so... anyways, I thought that was just kind of worth noting. I can't remember what the name is. It's got like a number in the name or something like that. It's a much older game that's not as well known. Anyways, I like this game. I'm glad I was able to share it with you. Again, a lot of people, like, I want to talk to people about these games, but I don't have any friends that actually play these games, so it's kind of nice to be able to share it. And that's kind of it's called 666. That'd be hilarious. But again, like, a lot of the games I play, that if it's not a new game that I've never played before, I like playing older games that I've played that I think deserve a bit more sharing. And we're going to be starting a new series next week, and it's another game that I think a lot of people I would like to get into, or at least the story and the characters and the music and everything. So look forward to that. I'll announce it later this week. Saturday, we're still going to be going through Umineko, and Umineko is, of course, if you haven't been watching my Umineko streams, it follows a lot of the same type of story beats as Zero Escape in terms of the way they're executed. So the Umineko episodes are now being uploaded onto YouTube as well, and I will be uploading all of 999 to YouTube as well. And it was called QQQ, or it was called Base 10. I love all these jokes, guys. We can finally make 999 jokes, right? It's awesome. I was originally going to split this stream into 2, but it was kind of nice to do it all in one go. So Friday's stream is still up in the air. We'll do something different, and but I'll announce that later. Anyways, it's getting late. I stayed up later than I thought. Thank you so much for coming to the stream. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope if this is your first go about the game, I hope that it's introduced you to a new series. If it's not your first go around, maybe it gave you a bit of nostalgia, and thank you so much for sharing it with me. It looks like no one I know is streaming right now, unfortunately. I guess it is late, so I will just let you guys go. Thank you so much for coming to the stream. I really appreciate it. Check out other games I've done on YouTube. I play a lot of games. All my VODs are up on there. We'll continue streaming on Twitch. And I hope you guys have a good night, and see you next time. And thank you again for all the raids and everything too. I really appreciate it. All right. Take care. Good night.